So we'll get started. Going to be live streaming. Going to start that now. Yeah. Going live. Okay, so I gave you guys a quick recap of what happened last session. You guys have just left the sea cave underneath the haunted house, and as you sail back to Saltmarsh with 7 casks of brandy and many bolts of silk in the jolly boat, you find the waters to be quite calm, and you start sailing up the coast. It's about 1 league, just over a league away from Saltmarsh, about 3.5 miles, the sea cave. And there is a step down mast on the jolly boat, but you don't need it. As long as a couple of you guys are rowing, you'll actually be back in Saltmarsh within 30 minutes. You sail up to the village. It's night has fallen, so you just see a bit of a glow from the village just above the cliffs and the hill, and you can already start to smell a bit of the scents, the exotic aromas of spices and smoked fish, and you can hear the hustle and bustle of the town as you approach, and there is music and merriment ringing throughout the village as you guys return to Saltmarsh. You come in from the south and you pull in to the docks, and the streets are quite crowded. You see sailors singing sea shanties, holding up flagons of ale, spilling them all over the ground. There is a bustling market. You guys pull up here, and a dockhand comes forward. He's just a boy, and he holds out his hand. "You can park it here for a silver, for a night. I'll look after it for you," he says. It's hard to hear his voice through all the cheering. You see like 5 sailors walk past, arms slung over one another's shoulders, singing a sea shanty. Flagons of ale human, sort of held high in the air.
Who are you, human?
Why, I work for the harbour master. I just tie the boats up and make sure they're parked in the right places.
Is he wearing a uniform or anything?
No, he's just dressed in some commoner's clothes. Pretty raggedy, rough brown hair.
I don't trust him for some reason.
Is he a kid?
Yeah.
Tweaks off, I don't trust anybody. How do we know that you actually work for them and you're not going to steal our boat?
Well, you're parking it down at the harbour, are you not?
Yeah.
And your point?
Well,
who
else is going to be here to take your boat? I'm just doing my job, mister.
I still don't believe him.
I think he's saying that we can't illegally park.
Yeah.
Oh, look. He takes out these bits of parchment. They look like ticket stubs. He's got like a big handful of them. Look. You can ask anyone around here who's a local or a fisherman. I've been doing this job for many months, my good friends. These are all receipts for all the other boats parked here. It's hard to get space. You do know Soda Island, it's got the most prosperous fishing in all of the Azure Sea. You're hard pressed to even get a space this time of night.
I walk up to him, I peer down at him as I tower over. Human, if my boat disappears, I will eat you.
Oh, I can guarantee you. Ever since the crown came, there ain't no one daring enough to try and steal a boat. They'd have the guard and, well, they wouldn't be returned to Saltmarsh. It's a small village. Word travels quickly, you know. If you don't mind me asking, that's not fish that you've caught there. Quite a haul you have.
Yeah.
He looks at all of the 7 casks of brandy and these big piles of silk. I presume you've got the silk sort of covered with a bit of tar.
Yes. yes, that just reminds me of something. We gotta go back to that guard and give him some ale. He had some info for us.
Well, are you parking here or not?
Yeah, I tossed him a silver piece.
He takes the rope of the jolly boat and ties it around a post. You guys spill out onto the road. There's a short walk up the docks, and then you're right in the hustle and bustle of Saltmarsh.
Yeah. How far is it from from those two guards, like that guard that was asking for ale?
Last time you saw them, they're at the front gate. That was many hours ago. It was at the start of the day. You're not sure if they've changed shift or not.
Maybe we
Around
can-
what time would it be?
It's just fallen on nighttime. It just went dark, like as you were sailing over here. And
Well, let's,
no zilch.
let's
Would any of the stores and shops and whatnot be open at this time?
Oh yeah, it's like prime time. The markets are bustling. They're just down the road a few hundred feet. You see all manner of merchants and sailors haggling, swapping goods, people selling fish on the street. The town's alive. Plenty of street food.
Well, I think we should go and see if the guard's up at the gate.
Yeah.
Well, I really don't like leaving these things in the boat unguarded. Why don't we call in?
What'd you say, Laurent?
Why don't we call in TOE and Elmo and his wife and have them come here and guard the boat while we try to sell these stuff off?
Yeah, I can carry some barrels of brandy. Ugh. Ferris has had a little stuff to drink already.
Okay.
Here's the key of Saltmarsh again for you guys, so you can see all the locations. Refamiliarize yourselves. You left the rest of the party at the empty net.
It appears to be a good time to sell these stuff off with all these people here. Maybe we can open a small stall in the weekly market, maybe?
Yeah, after we go ahead and see if the guards are going to be able to take the brandy, then we could sell the rest of it off.
Yeah. Let's go to them.
Alright. Well, on your way there, send Elmo, a three-eyed owl, and his wife over. I'll stay here and I'll guard the boat.
Okay.
Alright, Laurent's gonna stay with the jolly boat and guard the brandy and the silk. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I was I wanted to go to those oh wait, I need Brazier to carry the ale to them.
Yep,
So,
I was already
Brazier?
gonna be doing that.
All right.
Alright, Brazier, you sling a whole cask over your shoulder. It's like a couple of 100 pounds. And start carrying it down the street. A couple of people sort of comment and they're looking at you. I think you've had a little bit too much there. You're looking a bit green.
Oh, that's not from drinking. That's just how I am.
There are a couple of children that walk by. They sort of look a bit scared of you, and you can hear whispers. What's wrong with that man? He's all green. He looks like an ogre. Oh, it's alright. I'm sure he's harmless. And as you're walking through the street, Bereza, a couple of guards on horseback are trotting by you, and one of them asks you to stop. Hold there.
Yeah,
What you got there in your arms?
it's a barrel of brandy.
Barrel of brandy, eh? So, what's a savage like you doing with a barrel of brandy?
Well, so we got a job from Mr. Mayor, I forgot what his name was, to go ahead and clear out a house, right? And it was that haunted house. And there was a bunch of bandits in there, and they had a bunch of barrels of brandy and stuff like that. And another guard, he was asking if he could have some ale for when he was off of his shift, and, well, it's not ale.
Hold on. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Leander Fireborn?
Is that the mayor? I forgot.
There ain't no mayor here, laddie, but he's a captain of the guard.
Yeah, I think that's what his name was.
And you're saying you went to the haunted house yourself? And you got that from there, from what, some smugglers?
Yeah, me and a bunch of friends, we went to the house and cleared out a bunch of bandits from that haunted house. There was a big monster too, but we went ahead and cleared it all out. And they had a bunch of loot that they'd had, so...
They stepped down off their horses. Are you telling me that is smuggled brandy?
I didn't mean if it was smuggled brandy. I'm just trying to distribute from the bad and give back to the good, you know?
Do you have a receipt for purchase for that brandy then? Let me take a look at that cask. I don't see any marks or seals. Have you paid tax on that then? It's smuggled, isn't it?
No, I didn't smuggle it in. What it was is I just got it from the bandits.
You got it from the smugglers.
We're not a bunch of smugglers.
But you got it from the smugglers.
Yes.
So it's smuggled goods. Illegal merchandise. That's contraband you're holding right there.
Well, I didn't mean for it to be contraband.
I'm afraid you're going to have to come with us, mister.
Alright, do you want me to just leave the barrel here, or do you want me to carry it with me, or...
He's a bit slow, this one, isn't he? I think so. Careful, he looks tough. We don't want to anger him. You carry it with you. You can't go leaving that on the street. That's contraband. Why, it's going directly against the king's orders. No tax are being paid on that. You're coming down to the jailhouse now.
Oh, come on.
Now, listen. If you were sent by Oleander, and this is just a simple mistake, I'm sure it'll be sorted out. But if you're refusing to come with us, well, that's a crime in itself, innit? And we surely got some room in the jailhouse for you. So what's it gonna be then?
I'll go with you peacefully, but if you could go talk to the leader of the guard, I'm sure he can tell you about it. And I'm sure we can handle the situation, but I'll cooperate. I don't want to start a fight on such a good night.
You can trust in the royal guard of Saltmarsh. You'll get your justice, and we'll get ours. And him. That man. Look at the size of him. He looks like a dragon. Is he with you too?
Yeah, he's with me, but just like me, he's harmless unless if you anger him.
Well, he could be an accessory, and we're gonna have to ask him to come with us.
Accessory to what? What are you talking about?
Apparently, this is contraband. Even though I'm trying to explain to the nice gentleman that we got it from the bandits, but they don't seem to listen. But I'm sure that once we talk with the head of the guard, that they would go ahead and stand.
Well, you don't mind, we're gonna have to take your weapons too. Just a precautionary measure.
What? Can't that wait until the the prison?
Well, hand them over now. That's an order. You're not going to be needing them.
Fine.
You will have them returned in due time. Alright, the guards escort Bereza and Kirith to the barracks and the jail that head over the Sharkfin Bridge. It's number 2 on the map. And it's quite a large structure. It has a courtyard and a wall surrounding it. The doors seem to be made of very stout wood. And the two of you are escorted through a clerk's office and into the jailhouse itself. So we'll just get back to you guys. Adol, what are you doing during this time?
I was walking with Brace, and I walked a little further, and then I turn around and he's gone.
Alright. Adol just beelines it. Alright, you start walking over to this part of town, Adol, and it's actually quite nice, a stroll along the river here. There are several lanterns set up along the bank of the river, and you see like couples sort of standing by the river or sitting on benches. It's quite peaceful, and you can still hear all the merriment and chanting coming from like the market section or the main section of Saltmarsh, which this is sort of like the town center really. As you approach, just going for a walk up here, you see a small house next to a large crops of a farm. It seems to be a tropical fruit farm, and there is a lot of sailors cheering and walking past you and walking in to this large copse of trees. Looks like a grove of some sort, and you see plenty of seagulls flying overhead, sort of passing in between the moon. And there are sailors and other folk sort of heading into this grove. You also see up on your right as you look up to the hill here a manor. It looks like a very modest complex indeed, with smaller buildings. It has to be the house of someone quite important or a nobleman.
Okay, so this grove is a part of the manor?
No, the manor is here at number 20. The grove is 29. Separate.
Oh, okay, and that's probably somebody's property.
Oh yeah, this is definitely like the house of some noble. It's like yeah, there are like you can see like personal guards barracks. There are like wagon houses, several smaller buildings for servants and whatnot.
Okay. What do I see in the grove?
There seems to be a path through the grove. Alright, you head on in, and you see people sort of gathering around, sort of near a shrine here, and they are appeasing to their gods. You see people like pouring out drinks, throwing coins in front of this shrine, and we'll just get back to you there as well, Adol, as you walk into the grove. Meanwhile, Loran, you're just staying with the jolly boat, and then we're left with Craven and Fruella. Fruella is she actually doesn't follow Bereza. She's gonna stay with Loran. She's becoming independent, and yeah, she wants to guard the brandy as well with Loran. So that just leaves Craven. What's Craven doing?
I was actually thinking the same thing. Just hanging out with the loot, make sure it's safe.
Okay. Alright, Bereza and Kirith, we'll go back to you guys.
Oh boy.
So you enter through there's a clerk at the front of the jailhouse, and the place sort of has a bit of a stench to it. When you guys go there, let me just move you guys onto this map of the barracks. So just put your tokens on the map. You guys see a heap of guards standing around. There's like way too many guards than there needs to be. They're standing around playing some cards, and you're handed over to another guard who seems to be a dragonborn, a copper dragonborn. And he sort of looks at you up and down, Kirith. You're not getting any special treatment from me. Just because we are kin. Criminal is a criminal.
What exactly makes us a criminal?
Well, that's yet to be decided. They've also taken the brandy and they've shipped it off to a different room. But what you can see, the jail is split into two sections. There is a large chamber that holds drunks, brawling fishers, and a few other troublemakers. It seems to be packed today. There's like 20 people in one large cell room. And you've sort of passed that and you've come into like this other quieter room here. It looks like the guards room. And there seems to be separate cells, individual cells. And you're handed over to the jailer, Craddock Stonehorn. And they sort of whisper to Craddock something or explain him the situation. And he comes over to you guys. He is a human male. Looks to be in his late 30s, early 40s. He's dressed in plate mail. And it bears livery of the Kingdom of Keerland. He looks like a tough fellow as well. And he comes over. Right. What's this I've heard about you smuggling goods? Is this true?
I mean, I'm a bit slow and I didn't mean to, but I guess I was. What it was is, we got a mission from Eliander Fireborn to go clear out the haunted house. And we did, because there's a bunch of bandits in there. And there was some brandy that they had gotten and some other things. And one of the guards had requested that he got alcohol. And I was just bringing him some brandy.
By the request of Eliander. Well, I happen to be an old comrade of his. But rules are rules. And if you've been caught handling contraband, then you're going to have to sit in a jail cell until I sort this out. I hope you understand this. But rules cannot be bent or broken, even for those doing Eliander's biddings. But don't worry, I'll send a messenger boy for Eliander. We'll sort this out as soon as can be.
I'll cooperate. It's just I never mean to do anything bad. And we're new here, so we don't really understand the rules just yet.
Well, smuggling is a very serious crime in Saltmarsh. I dare say that you'd probably be shipped off to Seaton if you were caught and proven guilty. We only keep people here for up to a year.
Well, I want you to said something to Eliander because we were not smuggling. We liberated the goods as we requested.
Alright then, I'll send my messenger soon. Guards, get them a cell. Right then, this way. Come on. And they put you guys in a cell. Each. They put you guys in the same cell. There's two cots on the ground. They locked the door. There's no windows. Seem to be quite new looking bars as well. Very solid and a nice shiny lock. Alright, meanwhile, while that's happened, Adol, you are going to the Sea Grove of Obed High.
Oh, yep.
Let me move you on over there. Alright, you head on over, Adol, to the Sea Grove, and you see all sorts of sailors, drunkards, cheering, making merry, and throwing their tributes anywhere and everywhere. There's a large dugout sort of running through this grove, and you see a small trail leading to a stone building that lacks any real walls. And
Oh.
there is a woman sort of standing near this building, this shrine, with a large bullfrog standing next to her.
Oh.
And she's got a flagon of ale in her hand, and she's sort of swaying side to side. She looks drunk. Oh, greetings to you. Greetings.
Greeting.
Oh, you've come to
So,
pay your respects to the gods, then?
sure. Why not?
Almost mistook you for an elf then for a moment. Thought I had a kindred soul with me, but... What's that, Lorries? Oh, he looked harmless enough. It does. What's that, Lorries? Oh yes, he certainly doesn't look like a sailor folk. Did you get a bit lost there, boy?
What, is she talking to me or the bullfrog? I
You're
don't know.
not sure.
She's too drew. Yeah. I'm just like, So what brings you here? So you're paying respects?
Oh, I'm always here. Just tending to the shrine. Laurie's helps me with that. And making sure there's no miscreants or monsters. Don't like monsters much, I don't. But
Wait.
you don't look like the sort
Did
of
you say my name?
people to look to forget the things here.
Did you just say monsters?
Oh, yes. I'm friends with lots of the elves up at the Dreadwood, you see. And they tell me if any monsters escape and they're headed this way. There's one coming. There's one coming. Don't worry, me and Laurie's can handle just about anything. Well, not personally, of course, but...
Could I do an insight check on her to see if this what she's saying is partially true? Because I know she's drunk.
Sure.
Okay.
You're having trouble sort of discerning if she's just talking gibberish or she's being truthful with you, but she does have a bit of a concerning voice, concerning tone in her voice.
Oh.
Oh, there's a big one coming for town that escaped recently. Ah, yes.
Wait.
It's coming
who escaped?
for us. Monster! There's a monster coming to town. I don't
know what
like
this is?
monsters, Loris. Do you think maybe that's the monster in disguise?
Wait, there's a monster in disguise?
How did you know
Can you
that?
tell me about this.
Are you a monster in disguise? She steps towards you, sort of swaying.
No. No, I'm just human flesh. I just pull on my skin.
She pulls on your skin as well. Seems real enough. You're not as stumpy and as tentacly as the elves described it.
Stumpy and tent.
Oh yes, this one that they told me about. It was stumpy and tentacly, and it had a mouth.
Okay. And has there been any other incidents with this monster? Has it killed anybody?
I thought it would have been into town by now, but I guess it's slow. Maybe it stopped for...
Do you know where it...
I don't know. All I know is the elves tell me if the monsters get past them at the Dreadwood, and they're headed towards Saltmarsh. Do I look like some sort of monster mind reader to you?
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you ain't gonna help me kill the monster, then, well...
I don't know where the monsters are to kill them.
Well, if you happen about and you see some large fat monster with tentacles and spikes and stumpy legs, you kill it! And you bring me evidence.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll pay ya.
What is your name?
Farron
Okay.
Castellar, and this is my companion Loris.
Farron Cast. Alright.
And Loris. Frogs are people too, you know.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Well, if you ain't killing monsters and you ain't giving tributes to the shrine, what are you doing here?
You know, I am sights right now. I'm still new to town.
Well, enjoy the sights before the monster eats you.
Yeah, you will definitely.
And Adol, make a intelligence check.
Okay. I hope I don't. I hope she's not trying to control me or something.
Not a saving throw.
Okay. I am.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
You don't get any further insight into that.
Okay.
Alright,
Well, if I Yep.
we'll get
I
back
was
to you
just
there,
gonna
Adol.
say, Yep, no problem.
Alright,
Quick
so-
question in all this: have we taken like a? We've taken like a short rest?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were supposedly supposed to. Yeah. We would have on the boat, sort of.
The
Like
boat
some
ride
kind
wasn't
of
long enough to
fun.
take a short rest, and some of you guys were like sort of rowing quite fiercely. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, you guys probably aren't going to go adventuring anymore today anyway. So, all right. So, Laran and Craven, you guys have been waiting a while, and no word from Kirith and Bereza, and Fruella starts to get worried. Where's my Bereza? We have to go find him.
Ferrara, do you know where the other members of our group are? You know,
Oh
the
yes.
hunter guy and the priest wizard guy.
Yes. There he is at the... There! And she points across the river mouth to the empty net. That's where they was? Is that where Bereza is?
That should be where he is. Can you go over there and get them and see what's taking them so long?
Okay.
If
Me will get
have
back.
them all come here.
Alright, she heads over into the direction of the empty net. So while you guys are still waiting for Pharrell to return, we'll go back over to Bereza and Kirith.
We're playing chess now.
Alright, you guys have been in here for about an hour. And then Craddock comes to your cell. Right. He has a ring of keys in his hand and he unlocks your cell. Step out. There's your axe and there's your sword.
Thank you.
I've just got word back from Eliander. He wants to see you immediately. He needs a full report on this situation. He couldn't believe it when he heard about a land-based smuggling operation, and quite frankly, I didn't believe it either. But he did tell me that he requested you on this mission, so you must report to him immediately.
Will I get my brandy back?
I don't think you understand this. The brandy, that's illegal contraband. It is under the property of the crown.
Well,
These are stolen goods.
Go ahead and give it to Fireheart as proof of what happened there.
I've already liaised with Eleander, and the brandy is in safekeeping.
Okay.
Now, Eleander, he's serious business. I'm sure he'll take your word for it. If he's hired you, he's a good judge of character. He's hired you for a reason. And I've told him the situation. Now, you don't have any more of that brandy now, does you? One car seems a little bit light.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
We drank it.
Alright, Kirith,
We
make a
drank it.
deception. Alright, both of you make deception checks.
Am I like visibly drunk as well?
Yes. No.
You're probably sobered up. Make a constitution save, Brazer. Alright, he comes in, leans in really close to you, Kirith.
Oh my god.
Alright, Brazer, you're still drunk as well. Alright, he leans in really close to you, Kirith. Wow. That would be very unfortunate if you did happen to have any. Oh, I'd love to send some people off to Seaton now. A land-based smuggling operation. Quite a serious crime. In direct defiance to the King of Gearland. You know how Gallows hasn't had a bit of a work for some time? Perhaps I'll have to look at setting that back up. Just in case there are some extra brandy barrels that are gone missing. You do understand the seriousness of this crime, don't you?
I do. You want me to? Should I puke it back up? I'm willing to give that back. I start like gagging.
No.
Oriel speaks to you, Kirith. Kirith, how could you lie to this man?
I talk to myself. We must first check with Erlander. This is bigger than just one man.
These are the laws of Saltmarsh, and if you will not respect them, I'm afraid I will not lend you my service. And also, Kirith, as a, what's your oath? Vengeance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go against your oath too much, you might lose your paladin powers too. But I don't think vengeance is. Well, lying to the head jailer of the town is a pretty unlawful thing to do. But I don't think vengeance is lawful like that.
I'm more in a gray area here. Think that Eleander is when I put us on. I only report to Eleander. If he wants us to give up the cask, I'm okay with it. But until I speak with him, I need to know what's going on.
Craddock tells you you're not leaving, or you're staying here. I think one of you shall suffice.
Okay, sir.
Rocks, paper, scissors.
Hold on, Kirith.
Rock.
Mr.
Rock.
Stonefist, was it? Stonefist?
Stonehorn.
Sorry. As you can see, I've had a bit of the brandy, and it's affecting me a little. So we do have some of those left. We didn't mean to lie to you, but we. But we do if you need to claim it for an investigation.
Oh, you listen here. I'm the head jailer of Saltmarsh. Me and Eleander, we're childhood friends. He would trust me with his life. And you're all new to Saltmarsh, but we've lived here for a long time. And it's a small village. We remember people's faces. You're not off to a very good start, lying to the head jailer. I will remember this. Now get out. Next time I catch you, you'll be fined immediately.
I apologize.
And for lying to me, I'm going to have to fine you as well. And
All right, what is the cost?
you guys both get fined. Let's take a look. It's only a petty crime. You guys both get fined 7 GP each. Or a week's hard labor, your choice.
I'll pay off the
I'll
gold.
pay the 7. I'll pay the 7.
Alright, he fines you 7 gold each, and then tells you to get on your way. And you guys leave.
Bearser feels really bad about that now. He was drunk. He didn't know. And plus, he's not very smart anyway.
No, that went down exactly the way it should have did.
Yeah. Alright. Oriel wasn't too impressed, but Oriel is a lawful good sword, so Oriel does like to obey the laws.
Yeah.
So, alright, you guys leave the jailhouse. Adol, what are you doing during this time? Are you gonna leave the Seagrove?
Yeah, I'll just leave the Seagrove at that. If there's nothing else, then I'll.
Where do you go?
I would probably, well, since I don't know what Brazier is in the ale, I'd probably head back to that empty net.
Okay. Let me just take you off that map that you're on.
Yep.
Okay, so you go back to the empty net and you meet up with the rest of the other party members. Meanwhile, Kirith and Bereza, you guys are out of the jailhouse now. And
Freedom.
where would you guys like to go?
I would like to go back to like where Laurent is at.
Okay.
Anywhere that's not around the jail.
Now, as you guys are headed back, you run into Adol just before the Sharkfin Bridge. You run into him here.
Hey, Adol.
Oh, hey! Where'd you go?
We kind of got in a bit of trouble for carrying around that cask of brandy.
Oh.
And we got a fine, and the head guard does not lock us because we tried to lie, and that was a bad idea. I'll admit, I was drunk and I'm kind of stupid, but it happens.
Well, yeah. Well, at least you're okay.
Yeah.
So where are you off to now?
We were gonna go tell Laurent to not worry about the brandy and the other things because they know about the illegal stuff now that we have, and apparently we were charged with we were about to get charged with smuggling, but then we just got a minor crime for lying. So just tell him to leave it be. And yeah.
The actual crime was like concealing smuggled goods, but he let you off pretty leniently. Usually, a crime like that would be way more. The punishment would be much more severe. But because you're sort of sent by Eleander, he sort of let you guys off easy.
Okay.
Yep.
Well. All right then. Then let's meet back with Laurent.
Oh, and
Raven.
Eleander, he also said that he'd want to see us all immediately. So once we go ahead and tell Laurent about not worrying about the casket, the barrels of brandy, we could go ahead and see Eleander.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Laurent,
Let's.
do you think I'm a cleric?
Yeah. Of course you're a cleric.
I've been doubting myself lately. I don't know. I mean, I can do cure wounds. That's what a druid does too. What am I?
You are.
Do you follow some kind of god?
Yeah,
Or do
nature
you follow
god.
the forces of nature? Oh, that's a pretty tricky one now, isn't it?
A small family walk past, and one of the children point up at Craven. Look, Mummy, a druid! As they're walking by.
There is no God!
Okay.
Yes, that is a druid. Come along now.
Oh,
There's-
the kids are fucking with me.
Would Bearzer have shown up by now?
Yeah, you guys will meet back up at the Jolly Boat.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah, of course I'm a
so-
cleric. What are you talking about?
So, Craven, right?
Yeah, what up, Big Green?
As I like stumble a little bit. So, with you and your whole cleric thing, you are still a cleric in my heart.
What noticed me? I mean, yeah, go on.
I've noticed you. Okay. And you're pretty good at clericing, and I appreciate it.
That was beautiful. Just give me a second.
And don't let anyone doubt your ability to be cleric.
Even if you're drunk, I'll take it. I need a win right now.
That it was because of the brandy.
Make a deception check.
And speaking of the brandy, Laurent, don't worry about the brandy or any of the other illegal stuff that we got, because we got charged for smuggling, but because we were sent by Eliander, he kind of let us off easier. We did get a small fine of 7 gold, but that's okay. And you can just leave it, and the guy will go ahead and pick it up. And we have to go talk to Eliander.
All right. Well, let's go to Iliander. So
Well, they didn't say
None of
they'll
us
send a
else.
guard to pick that up, but he just sort of charged you for
Oh.
that first incident of carrying that smuggled goods, sort of trying to like and conceal the fact that there's more. But you did notice that Eliander actually has like his own private beach, so you could easily just row the jolly boat like up to his house.
I'll go ahead and do that then. I'll just go ahead and row the jolly boat up to the house.
All right, and Kirith, you wanted to go elsewhere to the empty net?
I just want to get away from the prison. I thought we were going to see Leander. That's where I was going to go.
we are.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
yeah, so we're going on the
Bereza's
jolly
going to
boat.
go get Craven, Laurent, and Adol. You're over with Bereza, right? You went with them
Yep.
at the Jolly Boat. Okay.
Yep.
Well, Razor, before we go, maybe you should go to the net and, Florella is kind of worried about you, and I'm kind of scared of what she'll do when, you know, she gets back here with the others and we're not here.
As you're saying
I
that,
don't think this town
Laurent,
will survive that.
even with all the merriment and people cheering and song, you just hear this screech like across the quay. You can hear
Hey,
Pharrell
Dad.
screaming for him.
That seems like Farilla is calling for me.
I'm like trying to like clear out my ears. Yes, I think so.
Okay, I will go and talk to her. She might be mad at me, but it's whatever. If one of you wants to row the jolly boat over there, then you can. Then I can just walk to the empty net.
Is there like a port or something by the empty net? I really can't see it from here.
There's a dock at the empty net just below the actual building itself. There's a few boats. People just pull straight in to the harbor here at the empty net.
Bears are starting to make his way around.
Alright,
thinking about the boat.
so you guys are going to pick up Bereza and Fruella and then all together go to Eleander's house?
Yeah.
And Kirith, when you're there, they'll pick you up too if you go to the empty net.
Okay, perfect.
I think Craven's gonna stay at the bar and contemplate life at the moment.
Okay, Craven just has all these like flashbacks, words going through his head. You're not a cleric. Look, my mere druid. These horrible flashbacks.
How did my drunken inspirational speech do nothing?
It gave him a little pep, but it's not enough.
Okay. You guys head over to Eleander's house. And Fruella, she's just gonna stay at the empty net. She's been inseparable from Bereza thus far, but she's acting a little bit out of character. She just wants to stay at the empty net. Okay, so you guys pull up to Eleander's house. Quite dark, but there are a row of lanterns illuminating this small private beach. You pull up on the jolly boat, drag it up onto shore, make sure it's secure and it's not gonna get taken by the tide. You can see where the tide line is. And then you make the trek up to Eleander's house. There, when you knock on his door, Eleander himself answers. And he's just holding a hooded lantern in his hand. Ah, I've been expecting you all. We have much to talk about. Do come inside.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, we're on top of the roof right now. Is that okay?
Get down from there. Why does everyone always step straight directly onto the roof? I don't understand.
Does he want us to bring all of our other things in?
He rolled two natural ones. What do you expect from Seb?
Alright, before he lets you guys in as well, so speaks to you all. Now I understand that you have uncovered a smuggling operation, and you have some of the contraband with you. Is it secure?
Yeah, it's on the jolly boat right now.
Yeah.
Very well.
I don't know.
I shall send for 2 guards to secure it. And he has a servant. He just sort of nods at the servant runs off. You guys just wait at the door, and then 5 minutes later a couple of guards come down. Eleander quickly converses with them, and they move in to secure the goods. You guys enter Eleander's house, and you head into a grand foyer. There is all sorts of war medals, and there are paintings and bookshelves lining the walls. He takes you in upstairs to a private den. There is an oval-shaped wooden table. There is a decanter of wine, glasses for you all, and as you walk through his house, there are so many books here. There's got to be tens of thousands of them. The whole house looks like a library, and there's just so many books to really take in. Even this small den that you're in has 2 bookshelves lining the walls, and he sort of takes you guys in. There are some nice white leather divans, 3 of them arranged around the oval-shaped table, and you guys head inside and sit down, and then Eleander, he sort of addresses you all. Now I'll just move you guys over to a map for that. And you won't be able to see the map, Craven, but
That's fine. I got my imagination.
yeah, it's just mainly theory of the mind anyway. Alright, so Eleander, you forget how intimidating he looks He's just dressed very finely. He's got like war medals down his blue garb, slick back hair. Even like at this time of night, he's dressed in a very formal manner. Broad shoulders. You see his peg leg underneath his garb. Very well. Now, start from the start. I'm going to need a full report of what has happened so I can bring it up at the council meeting tomorrow. Don't leave out any details. If there is indeed a smuggling ring, and it will be confirmed if there is, this is very dire information.
Well, first of all, you're gonna need a bit of the evidence.
And I'll hand him the note that we have with the signaling system.
He takes a look at this signaling system. I'll give you guys a handout. And he takes a look at it. It takes him about 10 seconds to realize what it is. This is gold. Very good evidence. Yes, I am almost 100% certain now that you have uncovered a smuggling ring. Please, tell me more. I must know.
Well, when we got to the... Well, first thing we did was we checked the well in the back, because there's always something in the well, and you never know when there's like a hidden entrance or something in there that we could use. And there was a bunch of snakes there, we got rid of those. And there wasn't really much there. Then we went into the kitchen. The razor destroyed huge centipedes. Where it's just like a single strike. 2 of them went down.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was amazing.
I think it was like 4.
So the house is infested with rodents and insects. I'm failing to see where the connection to the smuggling operation is.
At first it was. But then we checked out the downstairs.
Pardon me, that's my dog. Shush! Hey, shut up! Sorry, my hound.
Sorry.
So...
Shush,
we went
Snookums.
down-
Fluffo and Fluffo.
She wants to play the. She wants to play the cleric. She wants to be a cleric.
So we went downstairs, and we found a hidden door. We opened it, and we get attacked by 3 bandits. And then after we deal with them, we check upstairs, and we helped this one guy out that looked like he was the trap.
Hold on. Downstairs? You're saying
Yeah.
bandits were downstairs?
Yes, they were in
Yes,
the
the basement.
basement.
Yes, though before that, there was this really creepy noise that scared the bejesus out of the majority of us. Well, I think just like 2.
Yeah, apparently it was a spell, magic something. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I think it was called
But-
Magic Mouth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
magic.
Yes, but we didn't find out about that until late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing everything I can to like confuse the issue.
Alright, and continue. You can skip ahead to the part where you found the smugglers. The basement with the bandits.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
Oh, right, yes. Oh,
Yes.
we brought the guy from upstairs to downstairs. And lo and behold, he was a bad guy at the time. So then we killed them. There was this guy with glowing green eyes, and he had like little worms or something on him. And his name was Sanballat.
And Ballet. The name does not sound familiar. But his eyes glow green, you said?
Yeah, but I went ahead and they decapitated him.
So he was a mage.
Yeah.
That could explain the eerie glows that had been spotted from afar. And
Yeah.
that spell, it wailed, you said. That could explain the shrieks that have been heard from the manor as well. That makes sense. This was merely a cover to detract people from finding their operation. So, I'm sure that these bandits, they met you with resistance.
Yep. And we killed them.
Yes, I understand. And from the basement.
And well, in the basement there was this wall that turned out to be a hidden entrance to a cave, and that's where Sambalat was with many of his minions. And after we killed them, we found the ale, the wine, and those bolts of silk that your men took out the boat. And
It
we
was
found the boat.
brandy. Yeah, we found a boat.
Ah, yes.
We kept the boat.
Treacherous villains. They are trying to avoid the king's taxes. They don't understand. If it was not for the kingdom of Kierland, Saltmarsh would have been plundered long ago. We are what is keeping it safe, and these taxes are needed for establishing more roads, buildings, development of Salt Island. They try to smuggle in these goods without paying taxes, and soon, well, the economy is crashing. Now, don't you listen to what any traditionalists say. They'll tell you that Saltmarsh was built on fishing, and it can remain that way, while it is true that the fishermen did build this town. They have been under the assault of the Sea Princes, of the Sea Prince's hold, many a time. Slaughtered they have been. Almost completely, if it was not for the king's intervention. We sailed here, and I was appointed by royal script. I fought off many pirates, and have kept the town safe. It is time to move on. Saltmarsh is about to explode with commerce. With the dwarven mining boom to the south, there is a new era for Saltmarsh. Fishing, sure, it is a tradition in this village, but, well, it could only take a town so far. I aspire for Saltmarsh to become something much greater than it is, more than just a simple fishing village. I want it to become great like Seaton. The capital of Keelland, I say. Now this is a stretch, but I believe it to be possible. It is in a prime position, surrounded by the Azure Sea, in between Faerun and the kingdom of Keelan and Furiondi, makes the perfect trade port. However, there is a long way to come, and smuggling is going directly against the king's order. It will devolve Saltmarsh, so we can see how much of a serious crime it truly is. I have worked with Gellin Prime Water fiercely, as well as other prominent local members of the council, to combat any land-based smuggling operations, and we have quashed many. For years, we have been quite certain that land-based smuggling operations have been dealt with. When I had heard that there was one uncovered so close to town, well, this was very concerning for me to hear. As you can see, I have summoned you here so aptly. But that is where your involvement ends. This is now going to be handed over to the Kingdom of Keelan's Royal Guard to investigate the matters further. We shall seize the contraband and investigate the haunted house by royal writ. You are not to continue on with these investigations any further. Doing so will be considered an act of treason. This is clear.
Yeah, we don't have any other reason to go
And
back there
also,
anyways.
I'm going to apologize right away, but I drank some of the evidence.
Don't worry. What happened at the haunted house stays at the haunted house, my friend.
Okay, and it does seem that I did piss off your friend, the master of the guard.
Craddock, Stubborn old bastard he is. Quite the stickler for the rules. But I would trust him with my life. He was just doing his job. I'm sure it was a simple misunderstanding. Now, as I have promised, here is your reward. 250 gold pieces. And he just goes to a cabinet, reaches in a drawer, pulls out a bag of gold. It looks like he had it ready for you guys. Throws a bag down on the table.
Nice. Oh, thank you.
There you are. Thank you very much for your service. I have prepared my guest room for you all, if you need a room for the night. It's not much, but clean linens, roof over your head. Of course, if you prefer to celebrate, I understand. But you'll need to find other accommodations. I can't have you coming back in the middle of the night, drunk and raveling. Now, if you are needed again, I shall call upon you. I shall make great note of your efforts. I must discuss this matter further with the village elders.
No problem.
All right.
And also, I commit one last thing. I commend you on your efforts. You seem quite scuffled. I commend you. Truly a marvelous effort to combat such banditry without any cleric.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It
It's
was a
amazing
very
how well we
hard
do without a
fight.
cleric.
Yeah.
Indeed. Jolly good. Excellent. Well, I bid you all good night. Help yourself to the wine. But I don't think you need any more.
Well, who are you talking about not having?
Ha! He slaps you on the shoulder. He's pretty strong. He almost like sort of knocks you to the side. I'm just kidding. Knock yourself out. Good day. Good night. Perhaps we shall meet again soon.
Oh, wait,
Yes?
Seb, question.
Oh, yeah?
There was something that we couldn't that we couldn't read, and because we didn't have the languages. I can't remember, but
Oh, yeah. It was a little cheat
something.
sheet. Eleander
Oh,
takes a
cheat
look
sheet.
at that.
It was in Goblin. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eleander takes a look at it. Ah, goblin. Well, if you need translation, you've certainly come to the right person. I speak over 24 different languages.
Yeah. Yes.
Simple command words. Come, go, attack. Looks like one of the smugglers perhaps was working with goblins. And just presume you told him about like the hobgoblins and all the other all the incidents that happened there. Very well.
Oh, yeah. There
Quick
was.
question.
Yep.
You did take the contraband, but can we keep the boat?
Oh yes, the boat. We only care about things that have not been taxed, but you can't tax a jolly boat. Consider it a part of your reward. I do say it must be worth a good 100 gold as it is. Consider it yours. I'll have a receipt written up for you all as proof of ownership.
So where's the
Be
run?
amazing.
Is there anything else you need of me?
Yeah. So I would have to
Um,
know where's the wine.
Oh, why? There's a bottle on the table.
he's really drunk. He can't see.
Careful, there are windows in that room.
What? Wait, what's a window?
Look after him, will you?
Oh God. Oh, we'll try.
I'm telling you, that brandy was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Get some rest. And enjoy Saltmarsh.
Oh.
Welcome.
Wait. Oh, never mind. He's gone.
Alright, he leaves.
Okay.
I go ahead and grab the whole bottle of wine.
It's just like water to you, Barrow, so you just down it straight away. Alright, guys, take a long rest. And you guys wake up the next morning and step out of Heliander's house. He's not home. There's just a handmaid, and they give you guys like fresh clothes, and they've even like sharpened your weapons and tended to your armor. You guys sleep in a little bit, so you step out a little bit later in the day, and it's still like before noon, and you're feeling nice and fresh, quite good. Some extra coin in your pocket, and some free time. You gotta make a Constitution save, Bariza. You're feeling pretty fresh after that rest.
Still a hungover though.
Bit hungover, slightly.
Quick question for the group. How do we divide the party loot?
Huh?
Good question.
I would say.
Wait for what?
Well, there's only 5 of us in the game right now, so then each person would get 50.
Do it 4 ways.
Yeah, but
Oh, 4
but does
ways.
Craven really want it? Could he really accept it?
So what's happened to Craven? You guys try to look for him the next day and he's gone.
Where's our druid?
Where did he go?
So just
I was just talking to him last night about him being.
Number 25 is called the Leap. It's an outcropping of rock, about 100-foot drop.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
What?
That.
I don't know. That's just a random piece of information I'm telling you guys. Got nothing to do with Craven.
That went dark pretty.
I mean, I know I told you to kill him off, but damn, Seb.
I see Craven right here. I see Craven right here.
Craven, tell us what happens to Craven. I was only messing around. That jump actually is not a lethal one. It's just, like into the water. People do it like as a celebration, or if their loved ones have drowned at sea.
What is this 30 area again?
That is the standing stones, from what you hear. So just presume like the names of these locations have been told to you guys, but you really don't know much more than a sentence or two about them. So you just know there's some standing stones there. Some people say that there used to be a siren chained to the stones. It was sacrificed by an evil human tribe as an offering to the sea.
Pretty much what Craven's doing, so it's actually perfect. He's gonna be getting drunk at the bar, then going over to the stones to investigate them and, you know, figure out what the hell he is.
Okay. That's the last time you guys ever saw Craven alive.
What?
Dang. We kind of just forgot about him.
Alright. Sweet Lou. Okay, so you guys have some free time now. Where there's nothing much happening, and completely up to you guys what will happen during this time, because you guys each have a week of downtime. I'm going to give you guys a handout with examples of available downtime activities that you can do in Saltmarsh. In the morning, you guys probably would have spoken to a couple of Eleander's handmaidens and maybe some of his associates. And they gave you guys a little bit of a rundown if you're looking for work or other activities that you can do here. And this is the information you've been given. So, if you want to buy or sell magic items, you've been told that Captain Zendros of the Faithful Quartermasters of Ayuz has magic items for sale. And you can also broker the sale of magic items. If you want to do carousing, he tells you that Saltmarsh has several taverns that provide plenty of opportunities for adventurers to spend their money on fine food and strong drink. And carousing can give you a chance to make contacts in town. There is research. Crag, the grave digger, is always open to recruiting someone to help organize Eleander's library and take care of things in the graveyard. And in return for help with his day job, he grants access to the library and can help conduct research. His expert command of local history makes him a very useful contact He has no shortage of semi-interesting tales about notorious fish, monstrous pirates, a couple that he tells you about in the morning as you guys are getting ready to leave. You can also find employment.
Okay.
If you're interested in just making a fair wage for little risk, you can find jobs around town. Having a job can also enable you to come to the attention of one of Saltmarsh's leaders. And by a fair wage, it means basically paying for your living expenses. And then there is mercenary work. From what you've heard, Ingo the Drover is always on the lookout for skilled mercenaries to fulfill the contracts offered to him. He has a particular need for those who can serve as caravan guards, personal protection for merchants, and sentries aboard dock ships. So have a little bit of a think about what you guys want to do. You'll have 1 week where you nothing's happening, so you can do like something else if you want. Just like explore town, come up with something else. There's other things that you can do in Xanathar's guide as well if you wanted to do some other sort of downtime activity. It may or may not be available, but these are the main ones. So you guys might want to do them together. You guys might want to like split off into groups of 2, maybe like Adol wants to team up with Bereza and do something like some work or something, and it's completely up to you guys about that. So
Okay.
we'll go around the table and I'll see what you guys want to do. If you're not sure yet, we'll just skip you and we'll come back to you. Just say that you think about it and to skip you. And we'll actually start off with Adol if you know what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, first thing I want to do is I want to sell that cup goblet that's that you told me that was worth like 100 GP.
Okay. You head out to the market, the weekly market, first thing in the morning, and you that's number 15. So you head over there. When you get there,
okay.
It's from what you've heard, it's actually built around the first well that was dug for the fishers in the town in the early days. You approach a large market square. There are merchants of all descriptions gathering here to sell their wares. There are plenty of fish, there's octopus, and all other sorts of seafood available here, freshly caught on ice, made from, druids and clerics that sort of create ice, keep it fresh. And the market has a wide variety of goods. The central area of the square contains a dozen long tables. You see shoppers eating there communally, as there are plenty of market stalls selling food, mostly seafood. And you can get all of these items for purchase there. And while you're there, you can just go around asking people if they want to sell this, if they want to buy this goblet. You can just make a persuasion check at all.
Okay. And also, I mean, after that, I would like to do that for the downtime activity. I would like to do the carousing thing.
That's a cool picture.
Alright, Adol, you go around to the markets and you like sort of you talk up the goblet and try and like nosy up to people, and with your charm, how much did I say it was worth? 100 and 200? No. 100?
You said 100. You said I paid 100 gold for
100.
it, and then it was 100 gold.
You actually managed to get 115 gold for it. You tell them it was like a rare chalice that was off a sunken ship from a underground water sea elf colony.
Oh, nice.
And you actually turned a bit of a profit on it.
So 115?
Yeah, you get 115 for that.
Okay.
Alright, you sell that off, and you learn that the weekly market is actually only set up mainly like one day of the week, on the first day of each week. Other than that, there's always some food stalls and that around, but the main market is once per week. Okay, so you want to do some carousing. Alright, so you learn there's a few places to drink around town in which you can carouse. Now, you have a choice of locations depending on what sort of people you want to mingle with. So there's the snapping line, where fishers, sailors, and labourers like to drink. The empty net, where you'll find criminals and smugglers. And the wicker goat, where the dwarves and the town guard like to drink.
The second option. I really want to find out more information about that stumpy tentacle person that Farron Estebar was talking about.
Okay, you might be best speaking to like town guards and dwarves about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then.
Because they're the sort of people that, you know, stay at the gate on the outskirts of town and guard the town and travel around the town. All right, so you head to the snapping line. All right, you're spending like the whole week there. You're going there every day. You're getting to know patrons. You get to know the tavern keep, and you actually you have to spend a lot of gold buying people drinks and sort of sucking up to people there at all. So
okay.
You lavish money on food and drink. I'll figure that out in a sec. You lavish money on food and drink for yourself and others.
Okay.
And you go there every day for the next 5 days. You spend 8 gold pieces during that time.
8 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have a few options of who you want to try and make a contact with. So this person in particular you'll be focusing on. You'll be like sweet talking them, buying them drinks, buying them food, hanging out with them, becoming their friend and a contact. Yeah. So you've got a few options. There is the town guards. There is some dwarves from the dwarven mine. There is Lenkus Corrid, who is the tavern keep. And then there's also Soldar, who is that manically depressed hunter.
Yes.
You think your best bet may be either the dwarves or the town guard?
I wasn't gonna say that. I'd rather do the town guard. So like, if I'm, from me being, so we don't get into, if we get into any trouble, they might let us go because I know them and stuff.
Okay. All right, you make friends with Jimmy. He's an older human male who's lived in Saltmarsh all of his life, and he usually sits on the gate of town most of his days. So one day you're drinking with him. You're just sort of carousing along, and you start talking to him about like this creature. Is that alright? If you've seen any creatures? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You come over to the tavern with a round of drinks and place them down at the table. The guards cheer you. Ah, cheers! Ah, no. You're a good lad buying me a drink. You know when a guard looks thirsty, don't you? So, you're asking about some sort of stumpy tentacly monster?
Ah, yes. I'm kind of worried about the town, and I'm trying to find as much information before this beast shows up.
Now listen, pal. I think I may know what you're talking about. Yet I didn't tell anyone, but I didn't want to raise any concern. And to tell you the truth, I only saw a bit of a figure. But what I did see was large. And between me and you, I don't think there's a man brave enough in the City Watch that would take a creature of the size I saw. So I thought it'd be best to just let it go around town. But about a week ago, when I was on the gate, several hundred feet down the road, I saw something big. Saw something quite large. moving on the tree line. At first I thought it was headed straight for Saltmarsh, and I was going to send the alarm. But luckily it bypassed. It went off into the swamp. It was as big as a horse, I tell you. Quite a large creature indeed. I saw its tentacles. It had stubby legs. A fierce looking creature. Does that match the description?
Okay. Yeah, actually, perfectly.
Now, it
I was
headed in
just
from
trying
the
to figure out
south.
Where?
Most likely it came from the Dreadwood. But I've got keen eyes, I do. And I may look like an old man, but I could still run. So I chased it and I tracked it. And I saw it hurtling off. It went straight for that haunted house, I tell ya. It had yellow skin. Gangly appendages. No eyes, as far as I could see. And believe you me when I tell you this. 3 legs it had. Only 3.
Okay.
Now, I've heard the rumor. Everyone's talking about it. You've uncovered a smuggling ring in the haunted house. Now, cheers to that for starters. Cleaning up the mess. People are talking about it all over town. Some speak with concern. Others are speaking to you as a hero. Now, you were there. You sure you didn't see any creature of that description? Big
No,
yellow
I remember
creature, 3 legs,
Oh!
long tentacles.
Oh, that thing in the well. Oh, the thing in the well. Yes, that. Oh yeah, I think yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
You saw it.
Wow.
I told you I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
The other guard sort of shrugs his shoulders. Well, Jimmy, you're a bit of a tale teller, aren't you? Well. No. What I always say, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. But this time, I swear to ye, I was telling the truth. And look, Adol's just proved it. So, what happened when you encountered the beast? Tell us, Adol.
I mean, it was very powerful. It almost killed one of my friends, but we managed to put it down.
You slayed it! You truly are a hero, a fierce warrior indeed to slay such a beast. Cheers again, Adol. You're right with me.
Thank you. Out of character 7, was it that thing that we fought in the well?
Yes, on the odd of you.
Oh my god.
So I asked you to make the intelligence check to see if you remembered it.
Oh my god!
Or if you could sort of link it before. But yeah, you definitely make that connection.
Oh my
now.
god. I'm so mad I wasted my downtime, but at least I know.
Well, you can actually have a number of contacts equal to 1 plus your charisma bonus. And once you've made like friends with this person, they'll remain your friend. And if you need to call upon them at any time, then yeah, they can do you a favor. You don't think he's not gonna like take a bullet for you? Well, take an arrow for you, I should say.
Oh
but...
no, we're just drinking, but
yeah, you've definitely made a friend here, Jimmy.
Wait, Narcissus, how did you get here?
I guess there are bullets because there are firearms in this. All right, so did you want to ask Jimmy anything else or?
Oh no, that's all.
And he does sort of say,
the information I need.
I heard you uncovered a lot of brandy. It's a shame. That certainly could have gone well in the belly of all of us guards, but laws are laws, and it's been shipped back to Keeland. No doubt, probably going to go in the king's belly.
Probably.
All right.
I think I had enough to drink.
Okay. So you have a good time during that week. And that gold that you spent, the 8, that also includes accommodation and food and all your living expenses.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
And so, did you want to, like, before we move on, did you want to, like, do it, like, with that information about the Odyou? Did you want to, like, do anything with Farron?
Farron?
Farron Castello,
Oh, shoot, yes.
drunk?
Yes. Go back to Farron. I think we grab. Yeah, I'll tell her about it. Yes.
All right, Farron says. So you remember before that, Farron says that she needs some sort of evidence that you've slayed the beast.
Oh, what?
Like you think like maybe just a tentacle or something would do?
Probably. I think there was something in the bag of holding, or I think there was stuff on my boot or something. I don't know.
Stuff on your boot? You don't think that would be?
I'm trying.
You'd need like a tentacle or something. Not like a bit of sludge on your boot. You'd need a piece of the monster as proof, which you don't have.
Oh, yeah. All I can tell her is I could just tell her what I did. I can't really.
She
if she wants to believe.
She just sort of shrugs. Well, if it's dead, it's dead. But I ain't paying you unless I have pieces.
Yeah. I didn't at the time. If I knew that's what you wanted, I probably would have had like a piece of tentacle, but I didn't bring any.
He shrugs his
Probably
shoulders.
decayed right now.
All right. So, Sweet Lou, I've sort of given you a bit of a vignette for your character there, and you haven't met the rest of the party members yet. You're just doing what you're doing, whatever you usually do in town. You'd be familiar with Saltmarsh. So you have a week of downtime as well. What would you like to do?
I'm curious, would I heard rumors of a giant green idiot?
I can barely hear you.
What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, what I've heard rumors of about a giant green idiot walking down the street with smuggled goods.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'd say that would be some information that found you quite quickly. Yeah, everyone in the empty net is talking about that. It's a bit of a joke. In between the jokes about another, like, a druid that sort of ran off with them. Some druid that went off to the Standing Stones. Couple of running jokes there.
Yeah, I guess I'd be trying to find this so-called idiot.
Okay. Alright, if you want to find Bereza, I'm not sure where he would be at the moment, so we might just get back to you then.
That's fine. I'd either be at the market or the inn, just looking for a giant orc.
Okay. We'll see where he is, and we'll come back around to you.
That's a half orc to you.
He does stand out. He's like the only half orc in town.
Yeah, plus I'm like 7 foot tall.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll probably find him pretty quickly. Well, we'll come back to you though, Sweet Lou. And also for downtime as well, take a think of what you want to do, like if you want to do any activities. I'll come back to you. Laurent, what would you like to do?
First I'll probably go to the market and
Okay.
try to get a pearl worth 100 gold pieces and a diamond worth 50.
Okay, pearls very easy to come by. There are some jewelers, and yeah, you don't need any ability check. You can pick up a pearl quite quickly for 100 GP. As for a diamond, make a investigation check. A little bit harder to come by in Saltmarsh. Alright, you find someone who they don't like to openly sort of advertise that they have these precious diamonds for sale. But you find someone who will sell you a 50 GP diamond. Sold.
I'll also try to sell the black pearl that I have for 50 gold pieces.
No, they'll just swap that diamond for the black pearl. They'll do a straight swap. They think the black pearl's even rarer. Sign of good luck.
Alright. The last thing I'll do is before I do the downtime activity stuff, would be grab the spell Shatter into my spell from the Alchemist book.
Sure.
And then I'll go try to do the research.
Okay. So Shadow should cost you 100.
It's 50 since it's a vocation.
Okay.
4 hours.
All right. Yeah, you can like just do that like overnight easily. Okay. So you head to the gravedigger, Crag, over at the cemetery. You'll find him. 27. I'll put you over there. Move you on over to that map too. Right, you head over to the cemetery. So, let's get you over there, Laran. I'll just put your token so you can see Crag. Alright, the Saltmarsh Cemetery. Okay. You head on over there. It's sort of on the outskirts of town. It's a fairly well kept plot of land, but as you step on through the graves there, they're a little more than just memorial stones that have been laid on the ground, and you see Crag there tending to the grounds, picking weeds and whatnot, doing some general sort of keeping of the graves. And as you approach him, sort of turns around to you, Laran. Can I help you with something? She has a dirt encrusted shovel in his hand.
Yes, I hear that you need some help every once in a while organizing Alander's library and help you take care of the graveyard. I want to help however I can.
I need to tell you something, friend. I'm a killer.
Huh?
I'm a killer.
Would this be a...
When it comes to finding information, I'm killer at it.
Looking at you, I was gonna say killer of hearts. Well, information would probably do too.
Ah, yes. I'm afraid if you're looking for Eleander, he's dead. Dead tired of organizing his bookshelf. So, we need help. If information is what you seek, I'm your man. But I expect you to help me every day. There is much to be done around this place. Keeping the flowers fresh, cleaning the gravestones, tending to the yard, ensuring there is no vandalism. And by night you will help me organize the library. This is understood?
Crystal. Clear. Got it. Understood.
Excellent. I've absolutely been dying for someone to help me. Alright, so you basically listen to Crag's puns for the next week, and they don't get any funnier. So,
I guess you could say those.
what was that?
That those jokes were dead on arrival.
Basically, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, Crag, he seems to always be open to help, for someone to help organize Eleander's library and take care of things in the graveyard. So as this happens, every night you're granted access to the library, and he'll also study with you for a couple of hours. He himself is a fountain of knowledge, an expert in local history. And he always seems to have no shortage of interesting tales about some notorious fish or monstrous pirates. So it doesn't cost you anything. Obviously, you're working, and as you're working, you stay at Eleander's house in the guest room. You're fed fine food, you drink fine wine, and you stay in a moderately fine room. So you need to spend that week, the spare time that you have, focusing on one piece of lore regarding the region around Saltmarsh. It can be equivalent to one true statement about a person, a place, or a thing found within 25 miles of the town. So what are we looking at? You want to research? Scour your brain. What truly does intrigue you?
Let's see. Well, I heard that there's over in that haunted mansion that we went to, there was this wizard, this mage who managed to turn metals into gold and create an elixir of life or something like that.
The alchemist that used to live in the haunted house.
Yes, that one. We managed to scavenge some books from there, when we could cross-reference that and learn some of its secrets.
Ah, yes. This alchemist you'll tell me of, he was undead, a skeleton?
Yes, probably that exact same one.
Why do you think he was so upset to see you there and attack you? I know why. Because you made a grave mistake. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so you spend the week researching about the alchemist, so you learn that he was actually a gnome who lived on the outskirts of town, and he was a researcher who dedicated his life to try and turn metal into gold in the hopes that he was going to become famous and rich. And he'd ordered books from all over the realms, and he'd taken many books from Eleander's library, and he'd ordered he set up a massive alchemical lab. He'd get strange unguents and substances and reagents and mix all sorts of potions together. And from what you can tell, he never truly was able to do this. In fact, from what you learn, he actually you find receipts that he'd ordered golden objects, and he would pretend that he'd turn them into gold to try and sell his works to some fools who were gullible enough to buy them. And the book that you'd found about transmuting metal into gold, it's all phony. It's just a false piece of work. He was never able to actually do that. And he basically died. He died trying to do this. And when he died, before he died, when he knew he was sick, he'd contracted some disease. He drank a potion that would return him back to life upon death, and that is when he became skeletal alchemist. He also dabbled in necromancy. You learn as well, animating dead, and when he found that his whole life work was a failure, he turned to necromancy, and in turn turned himself into the undead.
Alright.
So you see, his piece of work was a failure. His will was a dead giveaway. Get it?
Oh, the
Trying
dad
to
joke.
ignore.
So, anything else you need, my friend Laurent? You've been a grave help. Very grave help. Great help, I mean.
Well, if you could, since he was a bust, how about helping me out with the local area? We have a boat now. Any dangers or monsters around that might threaten us?
Oh, there are many, my friend. Do you need some general information of the land? That's what you're after?
Oh, yes.
Generally, yeah.
You
Yes,
have to be
we have
careful.
that book that has like the tides and stuff. So
You have to be careful. There are many monsters that roam these worlds, these realms. You don't have any archers in your group, do you?
No, I don't think we have.
You know what they say about archers? They never truly die. They just bow and quiver.
Oh my god.
Oh, that caught me off guard.
Here's a map of Salt Island. Now, this is not an entire map, but the rest is just wilderness. Let me give you a rundown on the environs. Now, this road that you see, that dotted line on the map, this is the Salt Road, the main thoroughfare. It's safe to travel on. Although I have heard of highwaymen and bandits, it would be highly unlikely that they ever confront you on Salt Road. To the south, we have the city of Seaton. It is the capital of Salt Island, by far the largest city. There are several smaller villages on the way. The other most prominent landmark would be the Dwarven Mine. It lies just beyond the haunted house, south of town. There are some geographical locations that you must know about. To the south we have the Dreadwood. Many monsters lurk there. Foul beasts. There is much to be told about it, but too much for me to inform you of now. To the north you have the elven village of Burl in the Silverstand Forest. They are our last line of defense from creatures that come from the drowned forest to the north. Many monsters lurk there. And to the west, it is also dangerous territory. The Hool Marshes. Swampland with all manner of beasts such as trolls and other creatures. But if you want to know more information about one of these locations in particular, well, there's only so much we can do in 1 week, my friend.
I understand. Thank
Yes. Well, thank you for your efforts, Laurent. I do hope to see you again. Be careful out there.
you. Well, dear.
My father did pass away a while ago. I never did find out his blood type. As he died, he kept insisting for us to be positive. But it was hard without him. Goodbye.
Shame. Goodbye.
Alright. So Laran helps out Crag at Leander's house for the week. And Kirith, what do you like to do for your week?
I think I would go with the employment.
Okay. Employment.
Hey, Kaz.
Yeah.
Would you be okay if I join up? Like, if Bearzer joins up with you after he looks around in the market for that employment?
Certainly. I'll wait for you.
Alright, you guys are gonna go get employment together. Good stuff. Alright, well, before that then, Bearzer, what did you want to do in the market?
I'm sure there's a blacksmith in the area, right?
There's a blacksmith called the Dwarven Anvil. It's number 17 on the map.
Alright, I'd like to go there.
Okay. Alright, we'll just skip over to Bereza for now. Alright, Bereza, you head to the Dwarven Anvil. Now, the Dwarven Anvil, from what you hear, is the only forge in town that is run on a single anvil. It's hard to get custom orders made because from what you hear, there is like a mile-long list of back order, and that's not exaggerated. Literally a mile long of back ordering on consignments that they have. So
Alright, well, scratch what I was gonna do then.
Okay, well, you'll find this out when you get there. I'll you still probably would head there before you found this out, so you head on over to the Dwarven Anvil, and you see there is a wooden sign with Dethic runes, the Dwarven script, sort of detailing the name of the shop, the Dwarven Anvil. It's written in Dwarven. It's also written in Common. And when you head in there, you are surprised because you don't see any dwarves. You see a variety of metal objects for sale here. Hooks, nails, harpoons, knives, fishing weights, many more items. And tending the counter is an older lady. She has a cowl over her head, tan skin, human, and she seems to be selling the items here. Oh, welcome to the Dwarven Anvil, my dear. I'm Mefera.
Nice to meet you, Mefera.
And
I'm Bereza.
you've caught us at a good time. It's not often that my son comes out the front, but I can assure you he's the best journeyman you have ever seen. Jaska, introduce yourself. We have a customer here. Mind you, he just hammers the iron. He doesn't take any orders. That's up to his lovely mother. Hello there. Greetings, hello. Jaska.
Nice to meet you, Jessica. I'm
Yeah,
Bereza.
good to meet you, yep. Well, what can I do for you, dear?
Mefera. So I have a bit of an order myself.
Oh.
Would it be possible to get the order through? Or
Oh.
are you guys busy with orders?
Oh, it depends. We have many pieces of materials ready to go. It depends on what your order would be, but we are kind of backed up here. The damn king, he wants us to make him so many suits of chainmail and so many spears, and why, we just can't keep up.
Alright. Well, could you possibly reforge a blade?
We forge a blade? Oh, wouldn't it be quicker to just buy a new one?
Would you have any big like meat cleavers? And then I'll like describe like what Chopper was.
Meat
Yeah.
cleaver? Why?
It
You
was
sell
like a
weapons here, my boy.
Well, the thing was, it was like a massive hand axe, and it was called Chopper. And
Oh.
it's for my wife, Ruella. When we were fighting some things, acid had spilt all over it, and then it devoured it. So, would it be possible to make that again, or would you have anything very similar to that?
Oh, yes, if you're just looking for a cooking knife, I have some meat cleavers, yes.
Or do you have any, like, nicely made swords, or any nicely made hand axes?
Why, everything we make here is nice. I told you, my son is the best journeyman you could ever find. Let me show you a list of our wares. And they sell just about everything from the player's handbook. Here are some lists for armor, weapons, and most things you can buy. Depending on like heavy armor, you may not be able to get it. Like plate mail, you'd need it custom made. But you can buy most things here. But there ain't no chopper.
Damn.
She has a meat cleaver. What about a nice hook? Big fishing hook.
Out of character, how much damage would that do?
In the hands of Cruella, more than most people. You think like
that's a good.
it was mainly like Fruella's strength that was causing Chopper to do so much damage. It was like just a regular meat cleaver. It wasn't like a magic item or anything. What about a nice big fishing hook? I'm sure your wife would love that for a present.
Ooh. Do you have any great swords or great axes?
Oh yes, I think I've got a couple that I can sell. The guards don't really use big weapons like that much.
Oh, me and my wife, we go ahead and use a lot of bigger weapons because, well, I'm sure you can see why.
Well, we always keep some stock for sale to the general public. We have a couple of great axes here. She points to some shelves. You see axes, swords, blades, bows, armor. Take a look. What would you like?
Oh, I'm looking at like the two axes, like there and there. I think she'd like this one.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, they're just like nice great axes. Everything seems to be finely made. So if you want to buy anything from there, you can just like buy it. You don't have to roleplay it. You can just cross off the gold and add it to your inventory.
All right, how much is a great axe?
Great axe is, let's take a look. Wait, do I not have martial weapons here? Martial melee weapons. Great axe there. 30 GP. 30 GP.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get her a great axe for 30.
Alright. She sells you a great axe. Was there anything else you wanted, my dear?
No, I don't see anything.
Very well. Come again. Good day.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for handling my business. And then I'll go to, I guess, the magic shop next.
For downtime? It's a downtime activity to buy some magic items.
Oh, okay, then I guess I'll just go and do work with Kirith now.
Okay.
Would I have seen Bearzer at all or no?
Yes, you would have run into him as he's coming out of the dwarven anvil.
I guess as I see him coming out, it's like,
Can't hear you, Dale.
damn it! Alright. Alright, it's turned up again. Alright, yeah, as he's coming out, I'm just like, were you the dude who got caught?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say? What were you trying to do?
Well, I was trying to be nice and hand out some good liquor to some good folk. But I guess I didn't really think it through, really.
You're trying to give stolen goods for free?
Well, I was taking from the bandits and then giving it back to the people.
And I just like, do that shifty eye thing and look around. Do you got any more?
They went and confiscated him already.
All of it. So you have nothing else to sell?
Nope, nothing else.
Well, damn. Should have figured a guy walking down the street with stolen good doesn't have it. Well, my name's Lucas. My friends call me Sweet Lou.
Well,
If
nice
you
to
ever-
meet you, Sweet Lou. I'm Bearzer.
Do you want to describe your character for everyone, Sweet Lou?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Give me 1 second to pull it up.
What are you?
Sweet Lou is a sea elf. I'll go into the gist of his background. He is currently not allowed to go home until he accomplished a task, and he's willing to do whatever he needs to get it done, basically. But yeah, he's a sea elf. You notice him mostly only wearing pants. He has some yellow scales all over him, red hair, and he usually goes shirtless if he can. And he's usually just, trying to find any way to get gold.
You don't attract too much attention when you walk down the streets of Saltmarsh, although people do stare at you. Everyone seems to know what a sea elf is. And it looks like they act like they've seen sea elves before. Still get stares though.
Oh, I figured. Alright, but how'd you guys get all that contraband around?
Well, so the story about that is we got a job from trying to remember his name. I think it was Fire something. He's like a real nobleman. Aleander, that's it. And well, he told us to go clear out the haunted house. We did it. Yeah,
The haunted house.
Yeah.
And you say it was cleared?
Yeah, we went ahead and cleared it out. There was just a bunch of bandits that were using that as a base of operations. So we cleared them out, and then we took back they had like rolls of silk and that's some decent brandy. We were able to get like 7 barrels, but there was like 6.5 afterwards because I had a bit myself.
You said some of it was confiscated. Where did the rest go?
Last that we saw, Aleander told the guards to go ahead and take it.
Shit. Okay. Well, if you guys ever need anything, I'm a professional sailor, and let's say cargo or I can get special goods around.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna just be doing some fair work for now. We got like a week or so free time, so me and my buddy Kira here, we're gonna go ahead and
Yeah, I know. It's not the voice I'm wanting, but that's what it's going with.
Y'all got any of that brandy?
we're gonna go ahead and find some employment just for a week. Maybe do some mercenary work. And then after a week, we're probably gonna go set off and explore or whatever. See what treasures there are to be hold.
Whoa, mercenary work ain't me. But if you're saying you want to venture after a week, I'm cool with that.
Alright, sweet.
All right.
Nice to meet you, Sweet Lou. And I'll slap him on the shoulder.
Whoa, damn, you're a big boy. I'm trying not to show my pain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to hurt anyone. I'm big and strong. I don't mean
I'm
that.
good. I'm sturdy.
Okay. Well, we'll set off at the empty net. So we're just doing some errands here and there.
That sounds good. I've done some work in the empty net, so I know exactly where that's at.
All right. Again, I'm not the smartest, but I'm a simple man.
Yeah, I mean, the casket of stolen ale down the street says so, but I'm not judging.
I mean, for most of my life, it was just problem. I'll ask it a question. See what I did there?
I don't know why that always gets me. But yeah, I get you.
So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm mainly a mercenary. So
In a week, I'll meet up with you guys. And just in the meantime, I'll
Alright.
find my own way.
all right. See you in a week. Coming up.
Alrighty, are you guys part ways? And now, Curious and Brazier, is it mercenary work or employment that you wanted to do?
I'll do either. Razor, what were you thinking?
I was thinking more of mercenary work.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll
Think
do
it would pay better.
that. And Kirith basically tells Brazier, I've been very bummed lately. I am just disappointed we can't find a cleric.
Well, I'm sure that sweet Lou guy, he seems like he's a pretty decent guy.
He looks like a cleric, the new guy.
Yeah, he looks like a cleric.
At least the type of
so-
clerics you're used to.
Oh, he does carry himself like a cleric would. I feel much better.
How about this? If you're a bit bummed out still after the mercenary work, I'll buy you a drink. How about that?
Yeah, I think I would like that.
Alright.
Alright, that's fun
So-
mercenary work.
You guys have heard a person named Ingo the Drover is looking for some sort of workers to do these mercenary tasks. He lives at 22.
22. Alright. We'll walk to 22. Just don't fall off 25.
Alright, you guys head over to this house, and it looks
I'm on top of the roof.
almost abandoned. All the curtains are drawn, the door is locked. There's no sign of life.
I knock on it very heartily, like a boom, boom, boom.
Alright, you knock on the door, and suddenly, like, the door just bursts open very, very forcefully, and standing there, sort of leaning down in between the doorway, is a massive construct, 12 feet tall, made of hard iron and wood.
Holy crap.
It has a full-faced helm with a spike on the top of it, and heavy riveted plates of armor completely form its body.
You're a big one.
As it moves, it makes sort of mechanical sounds. And you guys hear a voice. Both of you make perception checks.
This ought to go well.
You guys hear a voice. Who's there? Who are you?
Hi. We are looking for Ingo. My name is Kirith, and my companion here is Bereza.
Hello.
My name is Ingo. Who sent you here?
We were told we could find work here.
Who sent you? Who do you work for?
Eliandra. Girl.
And what is it? You're here to kill me?
Here. No. We were told we could find work with you from him.
As you guys as you're talking to him, Kirith, you realize like the voice is not coming from the Shield Guardian. It's like coming from like across the road behind a bush.
I act like I don't know, and I'm like, I just still say, look, you're a very big thing. So we just came here looking for work. We were told we could find guard work, caravan work.
Are you being followed?
We do not believe so.
Yeah, from what I see, nothing.
Very well.
What do you mean, Berazer? We don't make enough intelligence to really know.
Alright, well, my name is Ingo the Drover, but I don't always take the task myself. So I'm going to get my servant to speak to you all. Come inside.
Alright.
Okay. This is going well.
Alright, you guys head inside.
I enter.
And the Shield Guardian slams the door. And then you just go into a very dark room, like all the curtains are drawn, you can barely see inside. The place is like a lounge room, it's kind of musty and dirty, and everything is sort of covered in cobwebs. And then you just hear some like banging and crashing. It sounds like the back door like opening and closing. And then this person comes in. And he's got the exact same voice as Ingo the Drover. Hello there. I am a servant for Ingo, the mighty Shield Guardian.
Hello, my name is Kirith.
So,
but your handout says you're Ingo. So what should we call you?
Call me Ingo, not the Drover.
Alright, Ingo,
Drover.
not the Drover.
All right. Okay, human Drover.
So, you after some work?
Yeah.
Yes, we were told we could find some work for pay here.
Some pay. Yes. Mercenary work. Okay. Are you up to the task?
Yeah.
I think me and my companion are.
I must tell you something. There are assassins that are after my life. They're trying to hunt me down and kill me. I mean, the Shield Guardian. I mean, the real Ingo. They're trying to kill him.
Alright.
Okay, that is a very sad tale.
So, very well. You want to earn some coin. Here you go.
Yes.
And he just takes out a bag that is just like sitting under the couch. You can hear the jingle of coins. Like puts it on this dusty table and just scoops out a big handful of coins. Completely random. And puts them down in front of you, Kirith. There you go. And there's 9 gold pieces. And for you. And he hands you 11 Bereza.
What is this, the welfare office?
You're in an abandoned house. What do you expect?
Is this the total amount, or are we just getting a little bit up front because we haven't done anything yet?
As you're saying this, he's getting undressed.
Wait.
What?
Alright, both of you roll me a 1d20.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Oh my god.
No. This could go bad.
Oh boy.
One of us is going to have something good.
Alright, he's like strips off down to his underwear, and then he looks at both of you. What?
What are you doing?
What
I don't understand humans.
This
Bereza,
is-
you understand? I don't understand humans.
You, put this on! And he points to Bereza. giving you his clothes.
Isn't that a bit too small for me?
Just, do you want to do this job or not? Put it on. Now, quick!
Okay. Okay.
Alright, you put it on, Razor, and it just like rips. Like, it looks like you're wearing like a crop top or something.
Carrot puts up a razor. I'm not sure that that's the correct
I don't
fitting.
think this is gonna work.
Just put it on. Don't ask questions.
Okay.
Move quickly. And then he goes over to the shield guardian and like takes off the helmet, and there's just like a wooden stump there. And he hands it to Kirith. You put that on.
Okay. I put it on if it fits me.
My word, uncanny. Okay, good. Alright, you, Green Man, you stand out the front of my house and introduce yourself as Ingo the Drover to anyone who comes by.
Okay.
And you pretend you're a shield guardian.
Okay.
Good. Well, good luck.
What do shield guardians do?
Just
What the fuck?
act tough. And if anyone kills him, you intervene. Or tell
Should
me.
I intervene
Inform
before
me.
They kill him?
Oh.
So, am I allowed to defend myself in any way possible?
I doubt it. They'll probably you'll probably just die before you know it. Do you want this job or not?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, we'll take it.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Oh, good. Me and Ingo now. We have to go somewhere. Just keep doing that every day for a week. And then he just like climbs like out a window and like stumbles or runs down to the docks. The shield guardian just exits out the back door. All right, you guys stand out the front of the house.
I'm not sure what we're doing.
And a couple of fishermen walk by you, Bereza, and they're just like giving you the strangest look. These loyalists, they're getting funnier and funnier looking. Bloody weirdos, look at him. Can't even dress himself properly.
Kirith does the robot dance.
Bereza, what do you do?
Hi, I'm Ingo.
What the fuck? They just keep on walking. And while you're doing this for the week, you stay in Ingo's house and you eat his food, sleep in his bed, and you basically pretend you're him, and there's just like nothing happens for the entire week.
Wow.
And eventually he comes back at the end of the week and like sort of whispers like through the window, "Good. That is all I'll need for now. Place the clothing across the road. Make sure you're not being followed. Put it behind the bush there.
Alright.
Yes.
And place the helm on the table.
Oh, okay.
And then leave. Make sure you walk backwards as you exit."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright, you guys
Alright, I walk
leave.
backwards.
And as you're walking down the street, you see like Ingo like just wearing his underwear like run across the street and grab his clothing and run back into the house.
I'm still walking backwards, by the way.
This is definitely one of the weirder jobs that I've ever had in a D&D game.
That Brazer, I will never understand you.
I don't understand some of them either, really.
Alrighty, so it was an easy bit of coin to make. And then we're just left with Sweet Lou's downtime activity. What would you like to do for the week?
I'm glad I avoided that one.
Don't do the mercenary work. Don't do the mercenary work.
This wasn't on there, but would I be able to find some place to gamble on Dragon Chest? Or no?
Ooh. I like
Yeah, there's
Carousing.
Empty net. A little bit different than carousing. I guess gambling could be included, but I think Sweet Lou is after something a little bit more serious. So yeah, you can use the we can use the Xanathar's rules for gambling. I might just have to grab my book actually. Just 1 second.
That was very strange.
Thanks, Dale. Making them do extra work.
Yeah, the compendium on Roll20 just doesn't like to load for some reason. Okay, downtime. All right, so yeah, in the empty net, you can find people gambling. While it's not legal in Saltmarsh to gamble, it's actually like sort of overlooked in the empty net. So there's no like real risk to doing it. Well, apart from losing all your money. So for gambling, you can stake at least 10 GP or a maximum of 1,000. And you basically make 3 ability checks. You do like an insight, a deception, and then an intimidation. But if you're proficient in a gaming set, you can replace your proficiency of one of those checks.
Yep, I'm proficient.
Okay, so how much do you want to bet? Type it in the chat. You go to the empty net and you sit around a table. It's sort of in the corner. I'll move you onto the empty net as well.
Wow, you're in the big leagues, boy.
Wait, hold on, Rob. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's Craven's money.
No, he's got his own.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. I apologize.
Sweet Lou's got his
I
own
just
account.
okay.
I may as well leave you guys. I may as well just move everyone over to this map because you guys are already there. Maybe pop in at some stage just to have a drink during the week. Okay, so and I'll take off Craven from this map and put on Sweet Lou. All right, you're sort of in the table. There's a few other folk around, sitting around this table with you, Sweet Lou, and they do dice games here, mainly. So.
I still can't see anything. I don't think I'm linked to the camera.
Oh, I mustn't have given you sight. You've got dark vision, right, Sea Elf?
Yep.
Yeah, let me fix that up.
Can bears watch?
Yeah. Maybe you guys have dropped in for a drink at the end of one day just to meet up. And I dare say you guys would probably be in this place quite a few times because the rest of the party, Elmo, Melanie, Three-Eyed Owl, they're all in
You
here.
mind if I go ahead and watch you, Mr. Nukas?
Yeah, feel free, my man. I can maybe teach you something.
All right, you put down 100 GP, and like immediately, 2 of the people just get up and leave the table. A bit rich for my blood. Oh, thank you. I'll be right there. And there's a folk who looks like a pirate. You're quite sure he's a pirate, and another guy who looks like an assassin or something. And they seem to be the only ones that can afford like such a bet. So you you're gonna do 3 checks now. So you do an insight, a deception, and an intimidation, but you get to replace one of those with your proficiency instead. So do you know which one you want to replace?
Actually, I was wrong. I'm not proficient.
You're not proficient?
Nope. But that's
Okay.
actually perfect for this character.
That's why he loses all his money. All right. So, all right, make an insight check, and I'll be setting the DC for each one. All right. So, it's basically this dice game is basically dice. It's like blackjack with dice, so it's similar. So everyone's like gets given some dice. They roll their own dice in publicly, and then you keep some dice to yourself. I'm not going to really get into the particulars of how the game works, but you get given like your dice. You roll your dice, and you try to discern other people's hands. And you ain't doing too good, Sweet Lou.
Don't worry. It'll come back around. It always does.
Now, you try to like put on your best poker face. Go ahead and make me a deception check.
All right.
Okay.
You've got a good poker face. You're doing good so far. And then things get a little bit hot and a bit heated here, and people are starting to get sort of impose upon each other. And you have to also impose yourself. You have to make an intimidation check.
Hey, easy there, brothers. I'm taking this money whether you like it or not.
Well, I know where to find you if you take all my money.
Try me, Dagger Man. You'll be surprised what I can do.
I may be 3 foot tall, but I'll fuck you up, elf.
Oh, dang!
Let me at him.
Oh my god!
I just shit myself.
All right, you only have one
Man,
out
is that
of.
real clear?
Let me check one more thing if there's any further complications from that.
I think it's kind of a good thing I don't take the money from an assassin.
All right, you lose half the money you bet.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
You lose 50 GP. If you had 3 successes, you would have doubled your money, and if you had 2, you would have won 50 GP.
50 ain't so bad to lose.
All right, yeah, you're basically gambling for the entire week, hitting a few different tables here, and that's the results. 50 GP lost.
Hey, that ain't bad.
All right, so I think everyone had done their week of downtime now. Was there any other just random activities you guys wanted to do before we move on?
Probably just sell the rest of the stuff in the bag of holding that, or Pedro, did you already do that?
Nope, haven't done that.
Yeah, if you want to sell stuff, you know the deal. You can just sell it for half of what it's worth and cross it off. Gemstones are worth the same amount of gold and less for weapons and armor.
Oh, okay.
All right, at the end of yeah.
Oh no, the fishing rod. What about that? Is that worth anything?
Oh yes. You want to try and sell it at all?
Yes.
You can make a persuasion check to go around the markets and try and sell it up to people and see how much you can get for it.
Yep.
All right, you're offered 200 GP for it.
Dang. So.
All right, you sell it. You tell them it's worth its weight in silver. 200 GP. All right, you sell that fishing rod, and all right, as you guys also spend this time, you get to know all the shops. So I'll give you a handout for the rest of the shops. There's a potion shop called Keladex Concoctions. They sell some more advanced potions here. There's a few. They may be able to do special orders as well. There's a price list similar to Array, what you found in Homelet actually. Spell scribing, if you want to like copy spells, you can like spend time and actually copy these spells for the listed price, and you can have them scribed into scrolls for double that price. There are some guild hall services at the Mariners Guild Hall. You can get coach cabs between towns. You can get skilled or untrained hirelings. You can get messengers to send messages for you. Don't worry about the road or gate toll. That would just be like heading in and out. That would be included in keeping your jolly boat. It also costs you guys nothing to keep your jolly boat at Eliander's. He doesn't want it there permanently, but he's happy for you guys to keep it there for a bit.
Okay.
And then yeah, if you want a ship passage, you can get a ship somewhere, wherever you want to go for a silver per mile.
Question. With the boat, how much is it to make some upgrades to it?
I'll actually get to that soon. It's not.
Okay.
You may
okay,
want to be. You may want to be sitting down when I tell you the price. All right.
Okay. Never mind.
Or if you're
mind.
Or if
okay,
you are sitting down, I want you to stand up so you can sit down. I can tell you to sit down. All right. Yeah. There's actually a shipyard. I'll touch on that too. All right. So also there's just trade goods, as well that people barter in. So people just trade here like flour and spices, and I don't know if you ever happen to come across some silk or some brandy randomly, then maybe you could trade some of that. But yeah, other things, gold bars, platinum bars. There's Winston's store. He sells trinkets. He's got just random trinkets for sale. There's like 100 there. even 93, an empty wine bottle bearing a pretty label that says "The Wizard of Wine's Winery, Red Dragon Crush." If that brings back any memories for you guys.
Yeah.
There's services, cleric services. I know you guys have never had a cleric before, so this will be useful.
Oh my god, yes.
It can cast a variety of spells for you guys, including Grey's Dead. Some of the more expensive spells may just be like a quest instead. At Winston's store, he also has some firearms for sale. He sells flintlock pistols. And if you're proficient in a crossbow, you're proficient in a firearm.
Oh shit, am I? Hold on.
Musketoon. They're quite expensive though. Musketoon. And they take bullets. They're just ball bearings, basically. And they also have some grenades.
Oh no.
Fully hand grenade.
Flame
Fully
pocket
hand grenade.
Oh boy.
Basically a gourd with some black powder in it. You light it and throw it and it explodes.
Actually, one
This
of those
is a lot to think about.
Flintlocks would actually be great.
I don't think there's a price there, but if you guys are interested in buying one, I think it would be like a couple hundred GP for one of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind buying one for myself.
Alright, you can, let me just see how much they do again. Is it 5d6 piercing damage?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial. Let me take a look at Alchemist Fire. That will be in the weekly market. Alchemist Fire is 50 GP, and that does... I think that does like 1d4 fire damage. Yeah, I'd say one of those bombs, it's a lot, so 250 GP for one of them. It's quite a lot of damage. It's a pretty good thing. Also, I'm down at the shipyard. If you want to buy anything as well, just cross off the gold and add it to your inventory. You don't need to roleplay it. You can get waterborne vehicles. They have some for sale, or they can make some. There is some of them. As you can see, they're expensive. A sailing ship is 10,000 GP.
Oh, okay.
A warship is
This is what you meant.
25,000.
This is what you meant by standing up and sitting down.
Yeah. You can also get siege weapons equipped to your ships on your jolly boat. You can get ballista, a cannon, a suspended cauldron that drops hot oil, a mangonel, which is like a catapult, a battering ram on the front of the ship, a siege tower, and a trebuchet. You can get all them attached to boats. And this is something you guys are going to like. You can get magical upgrades to your ship, superior ship upgrades.
No.
Now they exist.
No way.
They replace existing components on your ship. An upgrade costs 1500 GP. But here are some examples. You can get a frost-locked hull that sheaths the ship's hull with ice drawn from the elemental planes, and it like makes you immune to cold damage. You can cut through ice and go through like heavy ice-strewn regions. You can get like a reinforced hull. You can get clockwork oars, dragon sails, scything oars, arcane artillery, explosive rounds. You can get special figureheads for the front of the ship that bestow the entire ship with magic. And then you can get other things like special magical flags to sail on your ship that do things. And other things like that.
If only the Titanic had that magical ice hole.
Too soon.
Alright, at the end of that week of downtime, a messenger boy comes to you all with a small note in his hand. And he has a sense of urgency about him. But we'll take a 10-minute break now to see what that note says when we get back.
I knew something was going to be wrong.
Real quick, I was gonna give both the Great Axe and the Vicious Hand Axe to Fruilla.
Alright, I'll add it to a character then. Great Axe and a Vicious Hand Axe.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I got a flintstock. That's fantastic.
Alrighty guys, I'll see you back soon.
Yep.
So, what do you guys want me to sell here? I mean, Ado, if you want
See.
to do like the valuable stuff, in case you roll high and could get more for it.
Probably. Yeah, sure.
But as for like the weapons and stuff that we have,
Let me look at the party.
I think we should probably keep the
Yeah, no, I'm
crossbows.
trying to find. Yeah, definitely a lot of crossbows if we're gonna be in the ship. We're probably not gonna be like able to reach people at some points. Okay, now okay, I was trying to look find the party loot. Okay, I found it, so I can look.
We have several cutlasses. I'm not can't find what cutlass sells for.
And are you
Would that
keeping
be
the divine focus skull?
the where is it?
I was I just saw it. Oh yeah, it's under adventuring gear.
We could sell that out too.
Okay, I noticed that the you said that there was like 92 and something silver. I don't know if still remember that.
I'll look for it.
Okay. But yeah, definitely
Cutlass, I'm guessing, probably sells the same as a short sword.
it just does slashing instead of piercing. Yeah, like a lot of this
Oh.
stuff on the 5 small disc, we can probably sell those. Like if they're like 25 GP, I can probably try to like talk them up. And
I created like a little Excel thing where I plug in how much platinum, gold, silver, and copper pieces we have, how to divide it, and how much we have remaining.
okay.
I am very proud of it.
Ah.
Let's see. So the divine focus. All right, we're gonna sell the skull effigy. So that's 25 divided by 2. What else? We're gonna do the
Anything that's worth a lot and probably a little bit more valuable. Bloodstones,
the
we can sell
thing
those.
is, I also, since this is
What's
like
up?
out of character stuff, we also have stale
Mm-hmm.
with like his character, and I don't want to like divide things by 4 because
Oh, just do
well,
it
I
to
know
a
his
4
new character.
until we start our own or till we start our journey.
We're just
Yeah,
gonna
but
hand
these are
some
like the
stranger
stuff that
money.
you-
Just like, here, take some money. Like, what? Oh.
I'm not hurting on money, so don't worry about it.
How much do you have, by
Alright.
curiosity?
Plenty.
Oh.
Vague.
All right then.
All right. So you just put in the chat that with the stuff that wanted us out.
Give me a sec. I'm scrolling down to where I had where I did that division.
Okay.
All right, I'll repost it.
Oh, thank you. And that's already divided, or is that the total?
That was the 250 that plus the stuff from that haunted mansion
Okay.
that we picked up.
I can't wait to put my axe into something.
Do you have a regular axe? No, you have a +1 axe, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Just the great axe. And I handed my vicious hand axe to Ferula.
Gotcha.
And I got her a great axe,
Alright.
so now we're twinsies.
I got my pistol. I'm happy.
Let's just say we sell the golden rib bone, since it has like a gold price. Go with that. That's for 5. The human skull for 20. The apple for 5. The rose for 5. The fancy green robe, if anybody doesn't want.
I don't want it.
Wait, what is that?
5. Just some fancy green robes.
Nah,
These are the stuff that's under the valuables.
that's not for Bearser.
Okay.
I don't know if I like Bearser just wearing like common clothes or just walking around bare chested.
I guess it depends. If it's colder around here, you might not be bare chested.
Right. Just be walking around like Conan the Barbarian. But green and black hair.
The porcelain. So that's 20. The porcelain doll. And we'll keep the dice set.
Yep, the loaded dice.
And I think by
Oh
now
my god. I know Sweet Lou would love those.
Which ones? I didn't hear.
The loaded dice.
Yes.
Also, I think
Are you
Bearser
gonna
would
try-
have-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say by now I think Bearser would have wanted to go for like a full beard.
Alright. You said you're gonna try to sell the small discs at a profit, or
Yeah.
just sell it for the 25?
I would maybe hopefully profit. If we can't, then 25.
Oh wait, we have some loaded dice.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Zilch
thought
has
you said
some,
buy
and
'em. Oh shit.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Zilch has. No, but Zilch has some, and
No.
there's another set, and I think they're better. They just look nice.
We found the second set, yeah. Well, let's just sell it for the 25. So that
Okay.
Alright, if you look at the party loot now, like close it and reopen it, in the valuable section, it's the stuff that I have crossed out.
Okay.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Alright. Right. So that'll be 27 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Come on, kitty.
Here we go. I found like a pirate version of Parazer.
Let me fix up your token there as well. Sweet Lou, so you've got actual vision for future times when I put you on the map. Alright. So at the end of this week, at the same time, wherever you guys are in the town, a messenger boy comes up to you all with a slip in his hand. And it's from Eleander. It says just a few words. You have been summoned to an emergency meeting at the Saltmarsh Town Council. Attend immediately.
Okay.
Let's go.
The council hall is number 14 on the map.
You said number 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we're on the main map, I'm still in the bar for some reason.
Alright, let me fix that up. Your dude must be. Yep. There we go. Alright, and Sweet Lou, you don't get that slip, but you're summoned by Gellin Prime Water. That was sort of at the end of your vignette there.
Yeah, I read that. Where is that one at? Was that 14 as well?
Yeah, you're coming through really quiet again, by the way.
Where was that one at? Was that 14 again?
Yep. This is the council hall. Alright, you guys head over there. It's a large brick building, and it contains many offices. The hall is built from stone and hardwood. At the front of the building, there's a wooden sign depicting a net filled with fish. Depicted to be filled with fish. It's not actually filled with fish. There's a wooden sign, and there's a couple of double doors leading into the main hall itself. There's a large tower rising from the building, and you see a large horn poking out the top of it. It hasn't been blown yet, but you think there's probably like blown when a council session is about to begin. Now, as you guys arrive at the front of the council hall, before you enter, there are quite a few guards around. You see a sturdy but weather-beaten platform. Oops, you guys are all mini. Let me size your tokens properly. Alright, Fruella is summoned with you guys as well. She was part of the expedition to the haunted house. The other NPCs are not. So anyway, so this is the front of the building, and you arrive to see a gallows in the front of the hall. But there's no one hanging from there. A couple of guards see you all, and they greet you. You show them the slip, and they tell you guys to head on in. As you peer through, there's some stone steps leading up to this main council hall. There are several other buildings and offices around as well. This seems to be the main meeting hall. You see a heap of desks with tomes, and there are scriptures hanging on the walls, bookshelves. And you see a wooden platform leading up to a round emerald colored platform in the center of this meeting hall, with a large round table bearing sigils of various houses and alliances and bannermen. And there are 6 people sitting around this table with a variety of chairs encircling it. You guys recognize Eleander. He's sitting here. And Sweet Lou, you recognize Gellin Prime Water. It's a pompous older gentleman, dresses quite finely. You know him well. the guards tell you all, get on in there then. Take your seat. Sort of notice people are sitting in groups of two. Gellin is with this older lady. Eleander is with this red-headed dwarf, and then there's like a boy with another guy with white hair. Well, go on then. Don't keep them waiting. Get up there on your seats.
Bears are buddy. I was with you all last night, just in case they ask. All right.
All right. Do you want us to take a seat at the big table?
Yeah, you're a part of this meeting. You've been summoned. Don't keep them waiting. Everyone is just sort of quietly chatting. And then Eleander looks over to one of the guards and gives him a nod. You guys just sort of find your seats here. Sit down and just wait a little while. And then a couple minutes later, you hear the horn blowing. And Eleander speaks. He stands up. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. I apologize for the sudden urgency needed to attend this meeting, but it is imperative that you arrived. Welcome to the council. We shall start by introducing ourselves, so you are well acquainted. You are sitting with the most prominent members of the Saltmarsh Council. As you all know, my name is Eleander Fireborn. I am captain of the guard. My associate here, Manistrad Copperlocks. Manistrad? She stands up. Ah yes, Manistrad Copperlocks of the Copperlocks clan. I'm the leader of the Dwarven Mine operation outside of town, and what else am I supposed to say, Eleander? That is good. And I'm just happy to be here, and yes, dwarves. Dwarves. Yes, that is enough, Manistrad. Thank you. And then he looks over to Gellin. Ah, yes. Yes. My name is Gellin Primewater, and as you all know, I'm in charge of goods in town, merchant operations, so on and so forth. You get a look at Gellin Primewater. He's a very well-spoken, dapper older gentleman. He's got a neatly trimmed beard, dresses fancy. Now, he actually has a glass of wine in his hand as he speaks. Now, I am the one who has called this meeting, as I have just learned from Eleander a week ago, of a land-based smuggling operation in town, and this is what the topic of the meeting is about. And more on that shortly. Ida? Yes! I'm Ida! She looks around. See an older lady. She has grey hair. She seems quite pragmatic. Her hair is cut short, and her face bears the life of a life lived outdoors. Now, any of you sons of bitches carrying smuggled goods around my town again, and I'll beat the living snot out of you. Got it? Ida, I do say it's not really the time to bring it up. Listen, I'm suspicious of outsiders, and when I hear about a big green man carrying smuggled brandy around on the streets, it pisses me off. The next time I hear that, you'll be getting a cutlass sandwich. Now, Ida, calm your temper. No need for such brash language at the council meeting. You loyalists coming to our town? Now, this is not the part of the meeting that will be on topic today. Eliana intervenes. She sort of sits down. Calm your tits, old lady. This boy stands forward, throws his hands away. While you may be in charge of all the fishing operations, everyone knows it's Anders Solmore that runs this town. Don't listen to him, green man. You made a simple mistake. I'm sure some of these older people, they get a little bit caught up in all their rules and that, but you've redeemed yourself in my eyes, and really, I run this town. You don't need to worry about any of that. My family owns all the buildings in Saltmarsh, practically, and all the fishing operations, and why, a little bit of spilled brandy, it's nothing to be crying over. Yes, very good, Master Anders. Did you see Anders Solmore? His voice is like breaking in front of you. And then there's this very well-spoken gentleman standing next to him. He's got silver hair, a wicked scar on his face. Speaks quite calmly. My name is Scarin Wave Chaser, and I speak on behalf of Master Anders, as he is not of age, but his family has always been a prominent member of Saltmarsh's society. I am here to oversee any decisions he makes. Very good. And he looks over at all of you and just presume you introduce yourselves. We all know who you are, so you don't need to introduce yourselves. Very good now. So, the meeting has now officially begun. First of all, I would like to congratulate you once again for quashing this land-based smuggling operation. However, it has come to our attention that this is not the end of it. Although the land-based operation has been quashed, we in the council have reason to believe there must be a sea-going vessel by which the contraband was originally conveyed. And we believe this vessel is still at large. We have our concerns that any surviving smugglers could seek to re-establish their operation at some other base. But we do not believe they are aware yet that their land-based operation has been tackled. Gellin, would you like to take over? Oh, yes. I beg your pardon. Now, judging from the signaling system and the books you found about the nautical charts, we do believe the sailors have a very good grasp of the tides and the surrounding lands and the seas and the oceans and the coastline. But we did a full investigation of the smuggling cave underneath the house, including a full count of the brandy and silk. And from my calculations, I believe their last consignment was offloaded only a day before you had arrived. Judging from the shipment here, they should not expect another one for some time. I would give it 2 weeks after their last shipment. That would give us 1 week until they shall return. I would say perhaps during the new moon. Now, I've been working with Eliander here, and Eliander has arranged town guards to patrol potential rendezvous points each night. We are waiting for the ship to be sighted, but with this signaling system that you have uncovered, well, it has given us great insight into how they communicate and operate. Would you like to take it over now, Eliander? Ah, yes, of course. So you see, there must be a ship conveying with this sea cave. And you will have proven yourselves a valuable ally of the gods of Saltmarsh under my watch. We have appropriated no more capable people than yourselves for this task. The mission is to locate this ship, board it, and put an end to it. Whether that be cutting down all of the smugglers or capturing them, we do not care. You have full permission to use any lethal force if necessary. Now, I will not risk the lives of any of my guards by boarding the vessel, and I would not expect them to do this. However, if you need it, I can fit you with a boat and any equipment that you may find needed for the task. You are to board the ship, which we have identified as the Sea Ghost. Stop this operation once and for all. We suspect there to be a crew of battle-hardened smugglers, so you are expected to find resistance upon boarding the ship. Now, do you have any questions for me before you make your decision whether you want to take us up on this task?
Yeah, this boat.
How much? What do you know about this ship?
I think Gellin would be the one to answer that. Gellin? Sea Ghost. Well, I am not 100% sure the exact details. I've only heard a bit of hearsay and rumors about it, and mostly estimates. I believe it to be a sailing ship, so expect a full crew of at least a dozen sailors. It communicates with this lantern, so it could be arriving at any night. It should arrive by the night, and we expect it to only be a short distance from town, perhaps a couple of leagues at most, if that.
So all you know is that there's bandits on this, right?
Well, of course, some more of the miscreants that you'd encountered at the haunted house, I presume. Just cutthroats, bandits, and smugglers.
Oh, okay.
But, as I said, we do not have any real details. If we had details about the ship, well, we would have already captured it. That's what you're here for.
Oh yeah. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah. What is the reward for all this? I mean, not for neither. We gotta get paid somehow.
Of course! All you care about is money! Ada steps up. Listen! I would gladly lay down my life for Saltmarsh. But I know others don't give a shit. They only want the coin. So, I'm willing to pay 400 gold pieces, fronting it from my own pocket. Pay for this mission. You do a good job, and there'll be 500 waiting for you when you get back. Provided the smuggling is stopped.
So if we find anything, bring it to you guys.
Yeah. For
Now.
consider it done.
Listen, I don't really give two shits about the smuggling, but the killing is what I care about. The pirates from this Prince's Sea Hole, they hear about easy access through the sea cave. Well, that'll be a forefront for their attack, and I ain't want no blood spilled on my streets. Got it?
Got it.
So what kind of ship are we gonna have to work with here?
Well, of course you'll be approaching by a rowboat. Any larger vessel would be detected immediately. We want to catch them with the element of surprise.
Well, we do have a bit of a rowboat of ourselves in the Jolly Boat or something like that.
Ah, yes, the jolly boat that you'd captured at the house. That should be sufficient. However, my men would need to commandeer it and stay with it, right near the sea cave. They will be posted there every night, and once they receive the signal from the sea ghost, I will send word for you immediately to have you summoned, ready to leave. Be sure to be ready every evening for the next week. We cannot predict exactly when the smuggling vessel shall return to get its next shipment.
Alright.
Alright.
Is there any other questions you have about this mission?
Not that I can think of.
No.
I know you were pretty clear.
Very well. Well, very well then. Will you make sure you teach them jellybone thumb-sucking crab buckets that this is Saltmarsh?
Actually, is it possible that you can provide us maybe some empty barrels and crates? Maybe we can go in pretending to be some new recruits of these smugglers and bring in these empty barrels and crates to try to sneak on board and give them a good surprise attack. Give us a good advantage.
Oh, yes, of course. I could easily procure you some barrels and crates. That would be no problem at all. Anything else you need, you just... you speak to me. I will sort you out. And also, sweet Lou, you are to accompany them. You owe me a favor. And if you want to remedy that favor, I suggest you listen to what I say here, boy. You got it? Lou here, he will prove to be a valuable ally to you all. He's made for the sea, he is. Sea elf.
Oh,
Very
okay.
apparent. But I figured that's why I was here, to help. But yeah, you get one, and that's it.
Yes,
All
and
right.
I'll speak to you in private as well after this, Lou. See me at the empty net, would you?
Not a problem. Never ends.
So when we're done with all of the pirates and stuff, would you want us? How would you want us to bring you proof of them being dead?
Why? Your word should be sufficient. A man is only as good as his word, so I'm told. Of course, once you've captured the ship, I will then send my guards to board it.
Alright.
Once the ship is secure, and the bandits and smugglers have been dealt with, you'll return to Saltmarsh. I presume the ship will be anchored. You'll return and inform us. Then, I'll send more of my men to secure the contraband.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. So do we just go ahead and wait until you give us the word and then we'll go sail on out?
We will set your jolly boat up right near the sea caves, and when their ship flashes the signal, we'll send messages to you immediately. You should be ready to go. I cannot predict exactly when this shall happen. We suspect sometime around the new moon.
You want us to wait at the sea cave or just in town?
You'll have enough time. I will have horses waiting for you. It's only a short trot. It'll take you no longer than 20 or 30 minutes to get there. But just be ready overnight. Don't go losing yourself in liquor, is what I'm saying.
Alright, I'll keep a steady head.
Very well then. We shall move on to further agendas. However, you are all dismissed now.
Okay.
Alright. So let's go wait at the inn until we're called.
Okay.
You guys leave. And Anders Solmo also gets up. Well, I'm done too. This was a bore. Now, if you excuse me, I have much better things to do. Come, Skerrin. Yes, Master Anders. Better things to do.
Yeah, I really don't want to know what that means.
Okay, you guys leave the council meeting. It's just past noon when this happens. And so yeah, judging from what they said, roughly a week. It would be roughly a week till the smugglers will be back. So you know what that means? You guys have another week of downtime.
Oh. Okay.
Another
then.
week to where nothing much is going to be happening until that next mission. Well, if you guys want to do something else, if you got something else in mind, we'll go around the table again and we'll see what everyone wants to do. We'll go around the other way this time. We'll actually start with Bereza. And again, if you're not sure what you want to do for downtime, we can just skip. Or if you guys wanted to team up and do something.
Alright.
Okay.
I want to go to Zendros, the faithful quartermaster.
Okay. You want to actually like buy magic items or just check it out?
See what he has in like stock. And then depending on prices, I'll see if I can buy anything.
Okay. Alright, you head over to Zendros. Let me just see which one that is on the map. Zendros is... I think it is... number 7.
Oh wow, I'm already there.
Okay. So let's just head on over there. You might recognize this this map as well, Bereza. Oh, whoops! Oh, wait, I didn't mean to move everyone over there. Just you, Bereza. Okay. You head on over to.
Hey.
Same architecture. You head on over to the faithful quartermasters of Iuz's, and you head into this small building here, sort of like a shop, and you ask for Captain Zendros, and there's a tiefling woman. You see them moving in large barrels and crates of all sorts, and there's a bit of an operation going on here. A lot of people from town sort of don't seem to be here. It seems to be like mostly like foreigners, and there's even like a skeleton just like shipping, like helping, like moving stuff inside, organizing barrels. And anyway, you ask for Captain Zendros, and she seems to be quite busy, but she makes time to see you. She comes to the counter. Tiefling woman. Can I help you with something?
Oh yeah, I would like to talk to Zendros.
Ah, yes. That is I. She's got red skin, horns jutting out of her head, pointed tail that's just whipping around.
Could I see the prices of your items here?
Item?
Yeah, do you...
You are mistaken,
possibly...
friend. The shop is not open to the public. Go off to the market if you want to do shopping.
What about magic items?
I want to buy magic items.
Yes.
Yes. My services can be engaged for a price. 50 gold pieces retainer, and then you will have to come here and meet with me. I have contacts in distant lands. I will have to organize prices. Specific items can take longer, so it takes time to get these items. They are very rare. So I can organize a shipment of magic items, but it will take a week. You are willing to wait?
Yeah, I'm willing to wait a week.
Very well. You must be quick, because once the items are shipped, they will keep moving. They go all over the realm. Things do not stay here. Is there a particular item that you want, or do you want to come and check what I have in stock? I cannot guarantee what the items will be. It depends on what I have on hand.
Would you manage to have a magical great axe that you could get me?
Like a lightly imbued one? Like a plus
Yeah,
one?
Yeah, +1 should be fine.
Oh, friend. If I had bulls, you would be breaking them right now. I will have to check. 1 second, let me take a look at my schedule.
I don't like this chick.
Such a perfect delivery.
She pulls out her schedule book. Let me look. A +1 axe. Perhaps I can have one for you in a week. But it comes with a price. Are you willing to pay that price? The price is 300 gold pieces.
Oh, I don't have that money right now.
Well, if you do not have coin, come back when you do. We are busy here.
Alright. Would you be willing to accept a magical item in trade if I can go get it real quick?
Oh, no. I cannot trade, but I could sell it for you and get coin. These things take time, my friend.
I understand that.
I have to make sure the item is authentic. I have to arrange a ship to transport it. I have to find a buyer. This thing does not come quickly, friend.
So, if you want, I could tell you what the magic item is, so you can get an idea of what it is, and then I'll come back and show you real quick.
Friend, if you want to do business with me, you must pay the price and spend the time. This is a hard thing you're asking. Do you want to trade with me or not? My time is valuable.
I would, and I don't want to waste your time any further. I'll be back within a couple minutes.
Very well. Capiche, I shall be waiting for you.
Alright. So, I go back to Fruilla.
Yeah.
And I will try and get the vicious hand axe from her.
Okay. Yep, she hands it over.
You know that gift I just gave you? I need it back.
I was trying to be nice to you, but nope.
So then I come back to the shop. And I will show her the vicious hand axe.
Oh, this is what you want to sell?
Yeah, it's
Very well.
a vicious hand axe.
Oh yes, I'm sure it is a vicious hand axe, but I need to get it authenticated. So,
Yeah.
you will pay my retainer 50 gold pieces.
All right.
You engage me as an item broker. Very well. Come back and meet with me every couple of days. We will negotiate prices, and I will organize it to be sold.
All right, and let me know when you get the price for that. So then maybe it'll be enough to get that great axe. All right.
Very well. But the payment for my services are final. Whether you like the price or not, there will be no refund.
So I'll give you 50 gold now, and then you'll go and sell it.
Yes, I will organize. You come back and I will update you on seller. Alright.
All right.
So you spend the week like haggling over the price, trying to find a seller. She organizes like a ship's passage, she gets it authenticated, there's paperwork, there's taxes, and eventually she comes back to you saying that she can take it off your hands for 150 GP.
All right. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then I'll go ahead and give her that down payment, which I'll use my 2 platinum and 30 gold.
Alright, so she says, no, there is no down payment. If you want me to find axe, you have to wait another week.
So you'll give me the 150 gold for that hand axe now, and then I can go and order the great axe.
Yes.
All right. So then I'll take the 150, and then I'll place the order for that great axe.
Alright, she'll start organizing that. It'll take another week. So you have to wait like another week for that.
All right. And I think that should be it for me.
Alright, so Kirith,
Yes.
what do you like to do with your week of downtime?
Well, I don't want to do the mercenary work this time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of interested to see what might
Here,
happen
put
the
this
second
on.
time around. Yeah. Let's try employment.
Alright, you go around asking for employment, and you actually learn that quite a few people are offering work. You have a choice of hiring on with the Oland family. Oland family being that lovely older lady that you met at the council meeting, Ida Olin. There is joining the town guard and reporting to Eleander Fireborn. I'll just post them here. You can take short-term work in Gellon Prime Water's smuggling operation. You can do some mining or other forms of manual labor with the dwarves, led by Manistrad Copperlocks. Or you could do laboring on the docks, loading and unloading the ships for Anders Solmore's trading company. Anders Solmore being that kid at the meeting.
You know what? I'm going to do the mining with Manistrad.
Alright, Kerith, you head over to Manistrad Copperlocks' operation, the Dwarven Mine. It's on the outskirts of town. It's like a good 6-7 miles to the south. So you meet up with some guards at the Wicked Goat, and you sort of just act as a courier, basically. You keep on shipping like equipment from Saltmarsh to the mines. You're not actually allowed in the mines yourself because you're not a dwarf. But there is a tavern that you stay at the front of the mines. So you can stop there and rest whenever you need to. And like you're just sort of, you stand out among other dwarves. All the dwarves there. Sorry, Adol, your mic is reverberating. You might want to just go and push the talk
My
there,
bad.
please.
Yeah, no problem.
the dwarven mine, the tavern there is called Miner's Respite, and it's pretty boring work. You try to stand out and work hard and impress Manistrad Copperlocks to try and sort of, you know, be known to her. So make a you have to make a charisma check to do that. You also paid enough coin to sustain a modest lifestyle. So you eat nice food, you drink fine wine, and you stay in a nice place. Charisma check, not a saving throw. What's your charisma bonus?
3.
3. So what did you roll there? A 14, a 17. All right. All right. You actually work hard and mingle in with the dwarves, and the dwarves actually take a liking to you. They sort of they call you like Dragon Face, and they seem to think that's hilarious. And yeah, they sort of put in a good word. Your supervisor says to Manistrad, like, you've been working hard, and you actually have the opportunity to request an audience with her if you like.
Yeah, certainly. I'd love to talk to her.
All right. The audience with her is done at the Wicker Goat. It's in the bar, in the tavern.
Okay.
You know, the
go.
most formal of places.
Yes, I'll go in my best dress combat armor.
Alright, she tells you to come and join her table, which is pretty unheard of for a non-dwarf while she's drinking one day at the Wicker Goat. Just move you over to that map as well, Bearaza. So you can sort of see something to look at, basically. Alright, you head into the Wicker Goat, and you haven't been here yet. You see why it gets its name immediately. Out the front of the tavern as you enter. It's a 2-story wooden building. There is 2 stuffed goats, taxidermy goats, out the front of the building. And behind the bar, sitting above the drink cabinet, are these massive ram's horns. There's mostly town guard in here. You see some dwarves, and you meet the proprietor, Lenkus Currid. He Manistrad buys you a drink, so you go up, and Lenkus looks like a older human male. You don't really converse with him much, but you meet him at least. And then the dwarves sort of they're very inviting. Come friend, come take a seat with us. Kirith, I've heard you've been working quite hard for the dwarven mining operation.
Yes, I've tried to definitely do the best I can to the ability that I know.
Listen, when I first heard there was going to be an 8-foot tall dragon man helping my men, well, I thought that was awesome. And to see you work hard, even better. I get quite a laugh out of you, and you're a good sport. You can drink like a dwarf as well.
Yes, your other dwarven friends were definitely fun to work with. They kept it very lively.
Thank you. We may be new to Salt Island, and the mining operation may be in its infancy, but as long as the Copperlocks clan is running it, it'll be a sure thing. So,
the week I've worked here, it definitely looked like you guys were doing very well.
When I came to the island, I thought it would be an impossible job. A small island surrounded by ocean. How am I going to get dwarves here? Dwarves don't swim. But turns out there's such thing as ships. And many ships it took to bring me clan here. We came armed with pickaxes, and, well, we started by finding silver. I'm sure there's much more valuable stones deeper in the rock. Early days yet. So you wanted to see me, Kirith? Is there something that you wanted in particular?
I just wanted to basically break bread with you. I feel that at the last meeting we had that you might have gotten a misconception about our party, and I wanted to prove that we are worthy folk.
Oh, and what is that about then?
Well, we will be partaking on that adventure quest that you've said very shortly, and I just want you to know that we will be doing our best. I will be doing my best, just like I worked hard this last week to make sure we are successful.
Ah, I know you'll be the right man for the job. I can tell it in your work ethic. But there's something else I was hoping you could do for me at some stage. Perhaps if you got a little bit of time and your friends are free. You see, I've had a group of miners go missing underground. I fear that perhaps some of these smugglers and bandits, these smugglers, have stolen my dwarves, turned them into slaves. We make good slaves, you know, because we're tough.
Definitely, I have seen that.
Me
I
men,
have not seen many dwarves in my life.
they're not fierce warriors like me. Why, they're good with a pickaxe, but they can nearly fight. I was hoping perhaps you could go and check out the mine, see what this is all about.
I would be happy to help out, and as I'll speak for my group, I'm sure they'll be happy to help as well if that's what you allow.
Well, that would be delightful, Kirith. And you have Manistrad's word. You shall be allowed in the mine for that purpose. You'll be the first non-dwarf to step inside, mind you.
Do you have any idea what might have happened in that mine? Because from what I've seen, there was a lot of people going in and out, a lot of dwarves. So it surprises me that some smugglers could sneak in.
Well, you never know. There could be some secret entrances that we don't know about. Or perhaps they've slipped past our guards using magic. Or perhaps there's something much more sinister at play here.
I certainly hope it's not that, but I'd be happy to take on this request of yours whenever you need it.
Well, if you could look into it for me, that would be delightful. You're a good lad, Kirith.
I will have word sent to the city and see if my group can join me.
Aye. Take another drink. This goat's head ale. It's good rolls on you. It ain't no dwarven brew, but, well, it's a step up from drinking piss at least.
I've not had that. I don't have any experience with that, but this is if this is like piss, I think it tastes good.
Don't ask me.
I don't know either. So, what exactly is the council about? I noticed a lot of people had different thoughts. Is that standard practice?
Ah, the council. Divided, you see. Saltmarsh's future rests in our hands. But we are divided into traditionalists and loyalists. The traditionalists, they're the people that built the town, the families of fishermen, the merchants, the workers. They have all been through tough times. They think that fishing alone will sustain the economy. But they nearly can pick up a weapon to defend themselves. I'm sure they can remember terrible times when the Sea Prince's raids slaughtered their kin. They don't like the crown. They oppose it. They resist it. They don't know that we're the thing that's keeping them together. They're not very much taking a liking to the dwarves either. That Ada Oland and that Gillen Primewater, they are traditionalists. They don't really take a liking to us too much. And that's where we come in. Fine folk like myself and Eliander, we are loyalists. We may be newcomers that have come from Kierland under the order of King Kimpetus Scotty, but we care about this place, and the traditionalists don't see that. We want Saltmarsh to become something much greater, a useful asset to the crown that will add value to the good kingdom of Kierland for the good of the region and the realm. You'll see the town guards, dwarves, farmers. We're trying to make Saltmarsh thrive. Security is important to us. We want to keep the enemies of Keeland at bay. This Salt Island, it's a perfect positioning for marine.
I could definitely see that. This is definitely a great strategic position. And from my week's work, I can see you are doing a lot of heavy and hard work. And I've really grown fond of the dwarven race. I would like to help you in any way I can.
Oh, hi. You're a charming lad. Well, that's break time over. Back to work.
Thank you for your time.
And you see like 6 flagons of ale just sitting on the table. They've drunk in like their 30-minute break.
I'm like,
The dwarves let out a loud belch. Back to work then! Hi-ho, hi-ho!
So I don't know how, but I'll send word back to the town, the rest of the crew.
Sure. You can like do that after everyone's downtime if you like. Just presume that it's done like during the week.
Certainly.
Alright. Laurent, what would you like to do for your week?
I was thinking mostly hanging out at the inn, the three-eyed owl, his wife, Elmo, and studying the book that the magical properties of herbs and flowers, the magical properties of gemstones, and the metaphysics of mathematics by a maid. By the
Alright.
mage.
So you can do some like, what would that be considered? Let me take a look at Xanathar Guide. I guess that would sort of be like training, I guess. Let me check here. Research. It's not really research. Yeah, I'd say that would be sort of like training. You could like learn to become like proficient in like alchemist tools or something if you were not already. Alright, so training costs. Let me take a look. Training. I've got to look this up. Training.
134.
Yeah. What does it say here? Alright, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Alright, so it takes a number of work weeks equal to your intelligence. No, sorry, it takes 10 weeks to become proficient in something, reduced by your intelligence modifier. What is your intelligence mod?
4.
It would take you 6 weeks to become proficient. You'd have to accumulate 6 weeks of reading that book to fully become proficient in those tools. And you could probably like pick up a tool proficiency and maybe learn a language at the same time. Or 2 proficiencies to do with those books. Maybe like gem cutting or something and alchemy supplies.
Alright.
Alright.
And I would get 1 week's worth for each.
Yeah, just say like you maybe learn like a major proficiency and like a minor one, something like that. A minor one could be like a language or something, and then a major one will be like alchemist tools. But you can like sort of decide that like at the time when you finish the training. Alright, so it's just basically studying and reading and training and learning these practices. So make a resource on your character sheet for training and just cross off to say that you've accumulated 1 week. When you accumulate 6 weeks, you will have learned that proficiency. And you will definitely have time for that in this campaign. All right, that's a pretty short and sweet one. Just a pretty quiet one as well. Just reading and studying and training most of the time. And if you may learn a bit of insight into some of those things, I'll let you know as well. And don't worry about the cost as well. Presume that these books and the help with the grave digger, you can sort of procure the resources, enough lore for that. So, Sweet Lou, what would you like to do for your week of downtime?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing employment for fishing. Or what were you gonna say, Adel?
No, I'll never mind. If you're doing that, never mind.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah.
You want to hire on with the Olin family?
Yeah, sounds good if they do fishing.
All right, yeah, there's like plenty of fishing trawlers that head out every day. A lot of them head out for a week at a time, so you'll be out at sea for the entire week. So you hire on as just a deckhand. You're just like helping like with the nets, the rigging of the ship, swabbing the decks, and yeah, not really any advanced sort of stuff. So you head to the docks one morning before sun has risen. You board the sailing ship. It's a fishing trawler. They've got a big drag net that they drag through the ocean and catch big piles of fish at a time. And yeah, the decks need scrubbing, and you just perform sort of small tasks aboard that ship. And during that time, you try to work extra hard to impress Ida and the Olin family, and you can make a charisma check. You go out for the whole week, and there's like a cabin there that you stay. You share a room with all the other sailors, and you get fed. And people sort of don't treat you very well out there, Lou, and they sort of make jokes like, "Oh, perhaps we'll pull up a sea elf this catch. Hey, you should be in there. You're on the wrong side of the net." And they just sort of bully you and push you around, and you fail to make any impression on Ida, unfortunately.
Alrighty, well that sucks. I'm curious, would this ability be able to help out with the fish?
Yeah, you can like calm them, tell them that they're going to have a swift death as they are pulled up on the net.
Wow.
Or tell them they're going to be extra tasty. But you're not really doing any actual fishing.
Fair enough.
We're having fish tonight.
It's mainly just like dropping the net and cranking up the fish, and then like people like scaling the fish as well, and you do some sort of stuff like that. But yeah, you can tell them that they're going to be extra tasty or something. But yeah,
it's barely what I was going with.
But you do
for you net.
You do have your lifestyle sustained. Now, Lauren, I just forgot this. You actually have to pay 8 silver just to sustain your lifestyle while reading. That includes accommodation and food for the week.
No problem.
And so yeah, no luck there, unfortunately, Lou.
That's fine.
And finally, Adol, what would you like to do for your week?
I guess making more contacts.
All right, you want to do some more carousing. So,
Yes.
what sort of contacts do you want to make? You've got the snapping line for fishers, sailors, and laborers, the empty net for smugglers and criminals, or the wicked goat for dwarves and down guard.
The smugglers would know stuff, right?
They'd know stuff about smuggling, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go to them.
Okay. So you go to the empty net, and this is probably about the same time that Lou's actually there as well. Because when Lou was asked to meet Gellin Primewater.
Oh.
So you see Lou in there at the same time. I'll just move everyone over to this map.
Okay.
This is sort of like your hangout. Alright, Lou, you're actually meeting with Gellin Primewater. I'm just going to put you out the back here in the warehouse. So, Adol, you come here to carouse, and same thing. You lavish money on food and drink for yourself and others. During the week, you will spend 12 gold pieces.
Okay. Okay.
And you've got a couple options here. There looks like some perhaps pirates that come and go. You're not sure if they really stick around town too much. There is Krebshenka, the tavern keep, and maybe like a assassin or something, like a hitman in here. Some other criminals, highwaymen, unsavory folk.
I want that one. I want the assassin. I'd rather have him on my side than the opposite.
All right, to carouse with him, he's a businessman. You're gonna need to have someone like that you want killed, basically. He doesn't have anything else to talk about.
Oh, okay then. All right. That leaves my choices between the barkeep and the pirate.
Yeah, this sort of depends on what sort of people you want to mingle with. Yeah, like pirates, or the barkeep. Barkeep is a good contact to have.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll go with the barkeep.
Okay. All right, you get friendly with Krebshenka. You come in here every day. You buy drinks. You spend a lot of money, and then he turns to you one day. Friend, you're spending a lot of money in my tavern. I noticed that. You've got some coin to spare.
You got some good chowder. That's why.
Ah, thanks. Now, my friend Gellin here was telling me you found a smuggling ring under the haunted house.
Yes. I did. Yes, I did.
Well, Adol, come out the back with me. I want to talk to you.
Oh. Okay.
Have you met Lou before?
Yeah, actually, we've seen each other at the. Well, actually, I've never met him, but I've seen him at the council.
Take a seat. Take a seat, friend. Take a seat, Lou.
Okay.
So, tell me, Adol, you seem like a reasonable person. How do you feel about these goods that were taken, commandeered by the king? The brandy and the silk that I heard of. How does that make you feel that they just took it from you?
Well, it was unfortunate. I thought as helping the city
king
with the haunted house and
helping the king line his pockets. Where do you think that silk is going to go, Adol? What do you think the guards are going to do with it?
Probably gonna go to them.
Oh, friend, it's going to be shipped off to the kingdom of Keelland, and it's going to be taken by the king, and it is going to dress the king and his merry men in fine garments. And the brandy, Adol, do you think they'll do with the brandy? Do you think they will distribute it to the people of Salt Island so we can sell cheaper brandy? We can make cheaper clothes. We can reduce the taxes. We can give everyone a better life. Do you think that's what they'll do, Adol?
Probably not.
Of course not. That brandy will get drunken by the king's men. Meanwhile, the taxes will go up. People will struggle. It's a victimless crime, Adol, smuggling. Who's it hurting? Who got hurt by this smuggling? Well, apart from all the poor bastards that got slaughtered, trying to avoid paying a bit of coin. No one got hurt at all. It's a victimless crime. Saltmarsh would not exist without smuggling. The taxes, the prices that the king are putting on these items, they're unruly. We didn't want them here. We never wanted the crown to be present in Saltmarsh. Trade was good and prosperous before they came. We never had a problem. But now we are having a problem. So you're going to take care of this ship that smuggles, I hear. Tell me, Adol, how much are they paying you?
400 to 500.
And how much do you estimate the cargo to be worth on the ship?
Probably a lot more.
Tens of thousands, my
Probably.
friend. Tens of thousands. And that tens of thousands of gold. Could you imagine what it would do for the economy? Why? Everyone would prosper. Everyone would live a good life. But no, it'll be shipped straight over to Keelland. So tell me, friend, how would you like to earn a bit more coin in this operation? Get a bit of an extra reward. Let's say double.
How so? How so?
Well, I was just speaking with my friend Gellin here and Sweet Lou. When you board the ship, when you get the contraband, there'll be a bit of a break in the timing for when you'll come back to town. All you have to do is look over the port side of the ship after the smugglers are dealt with. You'll have a boat waiting there. We'll unload some cargo. Not enough to arouse suspicion, but enough to continue our operations here. And I'll see to it that you're paid an additional 400 gold. We're not hurting anyone here at all. The king, is he really going to miss a few bolts of silk, a little bit of brandy? What do you say, friend? And he holds out his hand to shake your hand. And then he holds out his other hand to shake Lou's hand, sort of crisscross.
Oh my god. I'm probably gonna... You know what? You gotta take some risk in town, right? Shake his head.
There's no risk, friend. No one has to know about this. It's a little secret between you and I. I'm sure your friends will... Well, they'll be preoccupied. Remember, port side of the ship, after the smugglers are dealt with, we'll have a boat waiting there. That's all you have to do. Make a distraction,
Okay.
lower the cargo down. Sound good? Do we have a deal? And Lou?
Yep.
Gellen's been talking to you about pretty much the same thing, Lou. Oh, Lou. I know you're quite proven in your smuggling ways. But I'm asking you to do this quest for me. I found no better man. But I need a man on the inside as well to cover it. That's where a doll comes in. Sound good?
Yeah, more the merrier on this one.
Very well then. It shall be done. And Krebs' quest is to smuggle some smuggled goods from the Sea Ghost. Okay. That's everyone's second week of downtime. And Adol, you've got Krebs Schenker as a permanent contact now as well. So you now have Jimmy and Grebchenko. All right. So before this next mission happens, Kirith, you inform the party that Manistrad would like you guys to do a little side quest. Check out the mines. What do you guys say? Do you want to do that before the mission or wait till after the mission?
Do it.
I don't know. Would we get the call like while we're in the middle of that mine quest? Is what I'm thinking.
No, that would be like in between your week of downtime. It happens during the week. But yeah, the Dwarven Mine is like a couple of hours away from town. But yeah, you wouldn't want to be like gone for more than a day. It would probably be like sort of like straight away at the start of the week.
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah,
let's
sure, I don't get
do
no problem.
main ship mission, and then we'll do the mine.
I mean, we can vote for it.
Everyone take a vote. Of course, it sounds like a dangerous thing. It's not the sort of thing you'd want to do without your whole party. Of course. Alright, we've got 3 for the mines. So, looks like you guys are going to the mines first. It's just you're not expecting it to be a massive mission. Just to check it out and see what's happening down there. Alright, so we'll wrap it up here for today. And next session we'll start off with you guys heading for the Dwarven Mines to see what's going on there.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Alrighty guys, thank you all very much. Hope you had fun today.
Oh yeah.
Yep. The
Oh,
refresher.
I gotta work on my crackhead voice.
Don't forget you should be all fully rested up.
Randy?
And a lot of role playing today, so give you guys some experience for that.
Yeah.
You guys get 500 experience points each. A couple
Oh
of
my
encounters worth.
Nice.
Oh right, I didn't. I just figure out what that is.
Alright, I'll see you guys then. Thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Alright, later.
All right.
You as well.